Welcome to Quiet Lives. Before we drift into tonight's journey, if you find sanctuary here, please consider subscribing to join our community of rest. I would love to know which corner of the world you are finding peace in tonight and what hour it is where you are. Feel free to share your story in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The cool, polished marble beneath your fingertips offers a gentle resistance as the first true warmth of the morning sun begins to spread across the high garden terrace. You watch the nascent paradise below, bathed in the soft, expanding glow as the day truly unfurls. A faint, sweet scent of jasmine, carried on the rising air, drifts upwards from the lower levels, mingling with the earthy fragrance of damp soil. You trace the intricate patterns of the newly laid pathways, noticing how the light catches the fine gravel, making it sparkle. Each carefully chosen bloom in the beds below seems to awaken, unfurling its petals slowly, almost imperceptibly. The emerald green of the cypress trees deepens with the increasing light, standing sentinel over the blossoming landscape. A distant, soft rustle of leaves from the larger olive grove in the distance is the only sound breaking the serene quiet. You allow your gaze to wander over the tiered fountains, their gentle cascades not yet fully active, but hinting at the quiet music they will soon provide. You shift your weight slightly, settling deeper into the plush silk cushion placed on the stone bench. The fabric, cool moments ago, now absorbs a subtle warmth from the sun, contouring gently to your form. You arrange the folds of your fine linen robe, feeling the smooth, cool weave against your skin. A light, almost imperceptible breeze lifts a stray strand of hair from your temple, a fleeting caress. You take a slow, full breath, allowing the morning air to fill your lungs, fresh and clean. The subtle weight of the gold signet ring on your finger brushes against your palm as you rest your hand on the cool stone. Your eyes settle on the delicate carving along the capital of a nearby column, depicting intertwining vines and stylized pomegranates. The artisan's skill is evident in every curve, every polished surface, catching the light in 1,000 tiny glints. You notice the subtle variations in the marble floor beneath your feet, veins of soft gray meandering through the creamy white, a natural artistry that complements the deliberate design. The mosaic border, depicting geometric patterns in shades of lapis lazuli and ochre, feels cool and solid under your heel. You can almost feel the individual tesserae, each one carefully placed by hand. A soft, almost inaudible padding of sandals announces a presence nearby. Without a word, a quiet attendant places a small, polished silver goblet on the low table beside you. The metal is cool to the touch, reflecting the morning light. A subtle aroma of fresh mint, infused in chilled water, rises from the vessel. No sound of pouring, just the gentle placement, a gesture of quiet service. The attendant then recedes, their steps fading into the ambient stillness as smoothly as they arrived, leaving you undisturbed. You reach for the goblet, your fingers closing around the cool, smooth silver. The chill transfers gently to your palm. You lift it slowly, bringing it to your lips, and take a small sip. The mint water is refreshing, a clean, subtle taste that awakens the senses without demanding attention. You set the goblet back down, the faint, soft clink barely registering. Your gaze drifts back to the expansive view, the distant mountains hazy blue against the brightening sky. The vastness of the landscape feels both grand and intimately yours, a domain carefully crafted. A lone bird's call echoes from a distant tree, a clear, sweet note that seems to hang in the air for a moment before dissolving into the quiet. The soft, expanding light that warmed your view of the nascent paradise from the terrace now filters through the intricate, finely carved alabaster screen of your private study. You settle at a low, polished cedar table, its smooth, cool surface offering a firm and inviting foundation beneath your forearms. The subtle, sweet scent of cedarwood, released by the morning's warmth, mingles gently with the lingering, fresh air from outside. Before you rests a carefully rolled scroll of the finest imported parchment, its edges secured with slender, tightly woven ribbons of shimmering gold thread. You reach out, your fingertips brushing the smooth, almost silken surface of the aged material, feeling its delicate pliability. With deliberate slowness, you begin to untie the minuscule knots of the gold ribbons, feeling the slight, satisfying resistance as each loop gives way. The parchment, once freed, unrolls with a soft, dry whisper against the polished cedar, a sound like rustling leaves in a distant grove. It settles flat, its creamy, unblemished expanse spreading before you, a pristine canvas awaiting the first elegant strokes of your grand vision. You smooth a gentle hand over its surface, feeling the fine, almost imperceptible texture of the prepared skin. Beside the unfurled scroll, a small, perfectly weighted bronze tray holds your essential implements. You select a slender reed pen, its shaft polished to a subtle sheen from years of dedicated use, feeling its familiar, balanced weight in your hand. The tip, meticulously cut and sharpened, feels precise and ready. Next, you lift a small, exquisitely glazed ceramic inkwell. Its dark, rich liquid shimmering with a deep, almost obsidian quality in the filtered light. The subtle, earthy scent of oak gall ink, deep and grounding, rises as you carefully dip the reed pen, watching the black liquid cling to the fine fibers of the natural material. A heavy, perfectly straight ruler, fashioned from a single piece of polished ebony, lies ready, its cool, dense surface a promise of unwavering accuracy as it waits for your touch. You position the substantial ebony ruler with utmost care, its long, straight edge aligning precisely with the unseen boundary of your design. The pen hovers for a moment, a breath held, then descends with a whisper-like touch onto the parchment's surface. A faint, almost imperceptible scratching sound accompanies the steady, unhurried movement of your hand as the ink begins to flow. It leaves a crisp, dark, unwavering line across the creamy expanse. This is the grand axis of the imperial garden, the central spine from which all other elements will gracefully unfold. The precision required is absorbing, each stroke deliberate, each angle considered with a quiet intensity. You press just so, ensuring a consistent width, a perfect unbroken darkness. The grounding scent of the ink grows a little stronger, a reassuring presence in the profound quiet of your study. You lift the pen, allowing the freshly drawn line to dry for a moment, the ink slowly absorbing into the parchment fibers, before moving to the next segment. The initial, elegant framework of the imperial garden begins to emerge before you, not yet adorned with vibrant blossoms or sparkling water, but with the pure, refined geometry of its underlying structure. You lean back slightly in your seat, your gaze sweeping slowly over the parchment, taking in the nascent form of your creation. The grand scale and thoughtful symmetry are already evident, even in these fundamental marks. You envision the long, shaded promenades, the precise placement of tiered fountains, the quiet, secluded courtyards that will offer sanctuary. The afternoon light, now softer and diffused, casts subtle, elongated shadows from the slightly curled edges of the scroll, giving a faint, imagined sense of depth to the flat surface. Leaving the careful, precise lines of your parchment and the quiet solitude of your study, you step into the gentle, filtered warmth of your private courtyard, a space designed for contemplation. The cool, smooth tiles beneath your soft slippers give way to the sun-warmed marble of the central walkway, a subtle shift in temperature that grounds you in the moment. From the ornate, tiered fountain at the heart of the courtyard, a newly awakened melody begins to rise, the soft, insistent murmur of water flowing, a gentle, rhythmic splash that fills the air with its soothing presence. The sound starts as a low gurgle, then blossoms into a steady, delicate cascade, a quiet song for the opening afternoon. You settle onto a low, intricately carved wooden bench, cushioned with layers of rich, dyed wool. The fabric yields with a sigh, cradling you in its softness. A cool, ceramic cup, delicately painted with stylized pomegranate motifs, is already waiting on a small octagonal table of polished stone beside you. From it, a subtly sweet aroma rises, a blend of ripe fig and faint, warming spices, perhaps a hint of cardamom or cinnamon. You reach out, your fingers closing around the cool, smooth curve of the cup, feeling its pleasing weight. The surface is unglazed in places, offering a slight, earthy texture against your skin, while the painted sections are smooth and cool. You lift the cup slowly, bringing it to your lips, and take a small, measured sip. The spiced fig water is cool, almost icy, a refreshing contrast to the gentle warmth of the air. The sweetness of the fig spreads first across your tongue, followed by the subtle, lingering warmth of the spice, a delicate dance of flavors. You feel the cool liquid glide smoothly down your throat, a soothing sensation that eases the slight dryness from your morning's focused work. You pause, allowing the taste to linger, noticing the quiet way it settles on your palate. The faint, earthy fragrance of the damp stone, moistened by the fountain's spray, drifts towards you, mingling with the sweet scent of the drink. Your gaze drifts towards the central fountain, its water now flowing with a steady, tranquil grace. Sunlight catches the falling droplets, turning them into fleeting, sparkling jewels before they disappear into the polished basin below. The sound of the water is a constant, soft whisper, a background hum that invites a deeper sense of calm. You watch a small, iridescent dragonfly dart through the spray, its delicate wings catching the light before it settles on the edge of a lotus leaf, floating placidly in the basin. The greens of the surrounding potted ferns appear richer, deeper, invigorated by the moisture in the air. Each carved detail on the fountain's base, depicting scenes of ancient hunting and feasting, seems to come alive under the shifting light and the gentle, constant movement of the water. You place the ceramic cup back onto the polished stone table, the softest click barely audible. Your eyes close for a moment, simply listening to the harmonious interplay of the fountain's song and the subtle afternoon breeze rustling the leaves of a small citrus tree nearby. The air feels soft against your skin, a delicate caress. You feel the gentle warmth of the sun on your cheek, a comforting weight. The quiet hum of the courtyard, a place of your own design and solace, wraps around you, a gentle invitation to simply rest within its tranquil embrace. The distant, muted sounds of the palace, a soft echo of life continuing beyond these private walls, only serve to deepen the profound stillness and sense of peace within your secluded sanctuary. The gentle murmur of the courtyard fountains, a memory now, recedes as you step into the deeper, quieter embrace of your private scriptorium. Here, the golden light of the late afternoon filters through a high, arched window, casting long, soft patterns across the cool, polished stone floor. The air carries a different, more profound scent than the courtyard's damp earth and jasmine, a dry, sweet aroma of ancient parchment, seasoned cedar wood, and a faint, comforting trace of beeswax from the polished surfaces. You move towards a heavy, intricately carved lectern of dark, almost black ebony, its surface smooth and cool beneath your palm as your fingers trail along its edge, a subtle friction. On a lower shelf, nestled amongst other bound volumes and scrolls, rests a collection of particularly old botanical diagrams. Your fingers brush against the spine of a specific scroll, its leather binding supple and worn smooth with centuries of handling, feeling the delicate weight of accumulated knowledge in your hands. The fine, almost invisible dust of time clings faintly to its surface, a whisper of its long journey through generations. You lift it with care, the slight suction against the shelf a soft sound, and carry it to the sturdy lectern, placing it with a deliberate, soft thud that reverberates gently in the quiet, sun-warmed room. The ebony wood absorbs the sound almost immediately. With unhurried, measured movements, you begin to untie the braided silk cords that secure the scroll. They are soft and yielding, a muted crimson, almost burgundy, against the pale, aged material, each strand distinct under your thumb. The knots, though old, loosen with a satisfying, gentle release. A dry, soft crackle, like dry leaves stirred by a breeze, accompanies the slow, deliberate unfurling of the parchment. Each turn reveals more of the delicate, hand-drawn illustrations within. The paper itself is thick, almost like vellum, with a subtle, rough texture that speaks of its handmade origin, a quality you feel distinctly as you smooth it gently with the flat of your hand, the faint friction, a quiet, grounding sound in the stillness. The diagrams depict an array of plants, some familiar, others exotic and wondrous, all captured with painstaking detail. Each individual leaf, each blossoming flower, each intricate root system is rendered with a precise, artistic hand. The pigments themselves faded to soft, muted earth tones and gentle, ancient greens. Beside the illustrations, elegant flowing script fills the margins, offering observations on growth patterns, optimal soil preferences, and the subtle medicinal properties discovered through generations of careful study. You trace the delicate curve of a depicted narcissus petal with the very tip of your finger, feeling the slight, almost imperceptible raised texture of the dried paint against your skin. You lean closer, allowing your eyes to absorb the profound wisdom held within these fragile pages. The sunlight, now lower in the sky, streams through the narrow, high windows, illuminating the fine dust motes dancing slowly in the air above the scroll, creating a serene, almost ethereal glow around the ancient drawings. You pause, imagining these botanical forms, not as static images, but as vibrant, living entities, seeing them take root and flourish within the grand design of the imperial garden you are shaping. The quiet rustle of the wind outside, a soft whisper against the thick stone walls, seems to carry the very breath of the natural world, a gentle echo, into this scholarly and secluded space. The warmth of the sun, now a soft, comforting presence on your shoulders and back, settles around you as you gaze at the intricate botanical drawings. The lingering, scholarly scent of ancient parchment and cedarwood from the scriptorium gently recedes as you step into the hushed calm of your private design chamber. Here, the late afternoon light, now a mellow gold, bathes the room in a soft, diffused glow. Illuminating polished jade models arranged on a broad, low table at its center. A subtle coolness in the air, distinct from the scriptorium's warmth, greets you, a promise of focused tranquility. Your soft slippers make no sound on the intricately patterned wool rug that covers the polished stone floor, each step a gentle press into its thick, yielding fibers. Heavy silk tapestries, dyed in deep indigo and rich saffron, drape the walls, absorbing stray echoes, creating profound quiet. As you approach the central table, a faint, sweet aroma, perhaps of dried rose petals scattered subtly beneath the jade, reaches you. The table, a vast slab of dark, polished basalt, gleams with a deep, liquid sheen under the golden light, reflecting the jade like still pools. Upon this dark surface, the jade models gleam with cool, liquid green, from palest celadon to deepest forest hue. These miniature grand water features, cascading fountains, intricate rills, and tranquil reflecting pools await your discerning eye. You lean closer, your gaze tracing the smooth, sculpted curves of a miniature waterfall, imagining real water tumbling over its polished tiers. The jade feels impossibly smooth, almost oily, radiating cool, dense energy from its ancient formation. You observe subtle variations in color, faint marbling, or invisible inclusions. The carving is exquisite, each edge sharp yet soft, each surface flawless. With slow, deliberate movement, you gently lift one of the smaller jade rills. Its weight is substantial, heavier than its size suggests, a testament to the stone's density. The polished surface feels cool against your palm, a comforting presence. You turn the miniature channel slowly, letting light play across its smooth concave interior, envisioning clear, cool water flowing effortlessly along its path. The subtle friction of your thumb against the jade creates a faint, almost inaudible whisper, a grounding sound. You can almost hear the soft gurgle of water as it would eventually flow through this design, a soothing melody yet to be realized. You carefully place the jade rill back onto the basalt table, aligning it with a miniature basin. The softest click of stone against stone barely breaks the profound quiet. Then, you adjust a neighboring model, a multi-tiered fountain, nudging it gently with your fingertip, feeling the smooth, cool resistance of its base. Your movements are unhurried, each adjustment a thoughtful consideration of flow and harmony within the larger, imagined landscape. The light shifts, painting the jade with deeper emeralds and softer, more translucent greens as afternoon deepens into evening. The quiet presence of the jade, cool and still, invites a deep, peaceful focus, pulling you into the tranquil world of your grand design. You step back, allowing your gaze to encompass the entire arrangement on the dark, reflective table, the jade models gleaming like precious jewels under the fading light. The profound quiet of the design chamber, broken only by the soft, almost imperceptible rustle of your robe as you breathe, settles around you, a deep, comforting embrace. The cool, weighty stillness of the jade models, promising future melodies of water, seems to hold the very essence of tranquility, inviting you to simply observe, to rest, as the day gently, slowly, continues its unhurried descent. The cool, weighty stillness of the jade models, promising future melodies of water, slowly recedes as you turn from the basalt table, drawn by the soft golden light that now deepens into a rich amber. Your gaze shifts towards the grand drafting table, a vast expanse of polished cypress wood positioned to capture the last mellow rays of the fading afternoon. Its surface, smooth and almost warm to the touch, holds a subtle, sweet, resinous scent that calms the mind. You approach the table, your soft slippers making no sound on the thick wool rug, feeling the slight give of its pile beneath your feet. A large, impeccably prepared sheet of fine papyrus, weighted at its corners by small, smooth obsidian discs, lies ready. Its surface is a pale, creamy yellow, almost translucent in places, showing the delicate fibers of its construction. Your fingers graze the edge of the papyrus, feeling its dry, slightly crisp texture. Already faint, meticulously drawn lines in a muted, almost transparent ochre ink mark the initial framework of a new side-drain barba. The ancient Persian garden, divided into 4 perfect quadrants. You lean gently over the table, allowing your eyes to trace the precise geometry of the proposed layout. The central axis, the dividing water channels, the symmetrical planting beds. Each element is a testament to order and harmony. You imagine the cool, clear water flowing through these channels, reflecting the sky, and the vibrant, fragrant blossoms that will one day fill the carefully delineated squares. The subtle, earthy aroma of the papyrus itself, mingled with the faint scent of the cypress wood, creates a grounding atmosphere. Your breath is slow, even as you absorb the silent promise of the design. A slender, highly polished bronze stylus rests nearby, its tip a fine, sharp point, ready to deepen or refine a line. You pick it up, feeling its cool, familiar weight, the slight friction of the metal against your skin. Your gaze lingers on the proposed central pool, a perfect square within the heart of the 4 quadrants. You ponder the delicate balance of its dimensions, the way it will mirror the surrounding architecture, and how its still surface will reflect the changing light of the day. You consider the precise width of the narrow pathways that will lead to it, ensuring they invite leisurely strolls without disturbing the profound symmetry. The soft light, now a deeper gold, catches the subtle sheen of the papyrus, making the faint ochre lines appear almost to glow. You gently lower the stylus, not quite touching the papyrus, but hovering just above a particular intersection of pathways. You imagine a small, perfectly round fountain at this point, its single, elegant jet of water rising and falling with a soft, consistent rhythm. The mental image of the water's gentle splash, the way it would catch the sun, adds a living dimension to the flat drawing. You consider the placement of a specific cypress tree, envisioned in one of the quadrants, its dark, slender form providing a vertical counterpoint to the horizontal planes of the water and pathways. The profound quiet of the chamber is occasionally punctuated by the almost imperceptible rustle of the papyrus as the air currents subtly shift, a sound like a distant, dry whisper. You place the bronze stylus back onto its small, felt-lined stand, the softest click barely audible. Your hand rests on the cool, smooth cypress wood of the table, feeling the solid, enduring quality of the material. The Chaharbagh layout, with its promise of balanced beauty and tranquil order, lies before you, absorbing the last, soft light of the day. The gentle, silent contemplation of this elegant design, a world of carefully planned serenity, slowly, calmly, begins to envelop your senses, inviting a deep and quiet rest as the evening draws its soft, velvet cloak around the chamber. The lingering, scholarly scent of ancient parchment and cedarwood from the scriptorium, and the cool, weighted stillness of the jade models slowly recede as you step out of the design chamber. The day's mellow golden light, now deepening into a rich amber, gently guides you onto a newly paved garden path. The cool, smooth stone beneath your bare feet offers an immediate, grounding sensation, a tangible connection to the earth you are shaping. Each slab of pale, almost luminous marble, freshly laid, feels perfectly cool and smooth beneath your soles. You take a slow, deliberate step, feeling the precise fit of one stone against the next, the almost imperceptible seam where they meet. The stone retains the day's warmth in its deeper core, but its surface offers a refreshing coolness, a gentle counterpoint to the lingering heat in the air. You sense the slight, inherent friction as your skin glides across the polished surface, a subtle resistance that guides your movement. This particular path, curving gently around a newly prepared bed, is meticulously crafted, each piece cut with exacting precision, laid without a single uneven edge. The faint, earthy scent of damp soil, recently turned and enriched, rises from the adjacent planting areas, a promise of new life. You pause, allowing the sensations to fully register, the cool stone, the soft earth smell. You continue your slow progression, your bare feet adapting to the subtle variations in the stone's temperature. Some sections, still touched by the last direct rays of the sun, hold a faint, residual warmth, while others, already in shadow, offer a deeper, more profound coolness. The pathway itself is bordered by low, meticulously sculpted hedges of myrtle, their dark green leaves glossy and vibrant. You reach down, your fingers brushing lightly against a single, delicate leaf, feeling its waxy smoothness, the subtle resilience of its structure. A faint, almost imperceptible rustle of the leaves accompanies your touch, a soft, natural whisper. Beyond the hedges, young saplings of cypress and pomegranate stand in neat rows, their slender forms casting long, elegant shadows that stretch across the newly prepared earth. The air is still, save for the distant, gentle gurgle of a fountain from a more established part of the garden, a familiar, soothing sound that carries on the evening breeze. You notice the way the setting sun catches the tiny flecks of mica within the marble, making the path itself seem to subtly glow from within. As you round a gentle bend, the path widens slightly to reveal a small circular seating area, paved with the same exquisite marble, but arranged in a concentric pattern. You step into its center, feeling the cool, expansive surface beneath your entire foot. Here, the stone feels particularly grounding, a solid anchor in the vastness of the evolving garden. You close your eyes for a brief moment, breathing in the clean, fresh air, still carrying the faint, sweet perfume of unseen blossoms from the more mature sections. The silence here is profound, broken only by the soft, almost rhythmic sound of your own quiet breathing. You open your eyes, observing how the light now paints the tops of the distant trees with hues of soft rose and muted gold, a fleeting beauty against the deepening blue of the sky. The smooth, cool surface of the marble reflects this subtle play of light, mirroring the sky's transition. You bend slightly, running your hand along the finely carved edge of a low marble bench, feeling the smooth, cool stone, the subtle undulations of the artisan's chisel work, a silent testament to meticulous craftsmanship. You remain for a moment, absorbing the profound stillness, the cool, solid presence of the marble beneath your feet. The fading light casts long, soft shadows, inviting a deep, quiet calm as the garden slowly settles into the embrace of the approaching twilight. promising a gentle transition into the quietude of night, leaving the cool, smooth marble of the newly paved path behind. You step into the profound stillness of the freshly pruned cypress grove. Here, the late afternoon light, now a rich, deep amber, filters through the dense, dark green foliage, creating an intricate, ever-shifting play of light and shadow on the soft, dry earth beneath your bare feet. A distinct, resinous scent of crushed cypress needles and damp earth rises, cooler and more concentrated than the open garden, wrapping around you like a soft, invisible cloak. Each cypress tree, meticulously shaped and trimmed, stands tall and slender, a dark, elegant column reaching towards the fading sky. The pruning has left crisp, clean lines, revealing the underlying structure of the branches, a testament to careful artistry. You reach out, your fingers lightly brushing against the outer layer of needles, feeling their fine, almost feathery texture, yielding slightly under your touch. The deep green is so rich it almost absorbs the light, yet where a stray ray penetrates, it illuminates a vibrant, almost luminous emerald hue within the dense clusters. A faint, almost imperceptible whisper of air moves through the branches above, a soft, dry rustle that seems to deepen the sense of quiet. You continue walking slowly, your bare feet sinking slightly into the soft, dry loam between the trees. The ground here is cooler, shaded by the thick canopy, a welcome contrast to the sun-warmed path. You observe the intricate patterns the sunlight paints on the forest floor. Long, elongated stripes of golden light interweaving with broad, cool expanses of shadow. As you move, these patterns shift and dance, transforming with each deliberate step, creating a gentle, hypnotic visual rhythm. A tiny, almost invisible spiderweb, strung between two low branches, catches a sliver of light, sparkling briefly like a strand of spun silver before fading back into the deep greens. The air is still, almost heavy with the rich balsamic scent of the cypress, a grounding fragrance that fills your lungs with each slow, even breath. Further within the grove, the shadows deepen, becoming longer and more pronounced, stretching like dark, velvet carpets across the ground. The golden light, now softer and more diffused, paints the distant, topmost branches of the cypress with a warm, ethereal glow, a gentle farewell to the departing sun. You pause near a particularly old tree, its trunk thicker, its bark rougher, offering a different texture. You place your palm against it, feeling the cool, coarse surface, the subtle ridges and valleys of its ancient skin. The gentle murmur of distant water, perhaps from the tiered fountains in your private courtyard, now sounds softer, more muted, a barely there melody carried on the quiet evening air, blending with the occasional, soft chirp of a hidden cricket. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the cool air and the profound stillness of the grove to settle over you completely. The rich, clean scent of the cypress fills your senses, a deep, earthy perfume. When you open your eyes, the light has softened even further, and the shadows have grown longer, more encompassing. The intricate play of light and shadow continues, but now with a gentler, more subdued intensity, inviting a deep sense of peaceful absorption as the grove embraces the quietude of the approaching night. The rustle of a single, fallen cypress cone as it gently settles on the soft earth nearby is the only sound, a subtle, grounding presence in the profound quiet. The rich, balsamic scent of the cypress grove and the cool, dense presence of the marble path slowly give way as you emerge into the softer, warmer air of the approaching evening. You step across a threshold, your bare feet now meeting the cool, smooth, polished marble of your private pavilion, a space designed for profound repose. From a distance, carried on the gentle evening breeze, the first faint, melodic strains of a lyre begin to drift, a delicate, almost ethereal music that promises tranquility. You move towards a low, wide divan, lavishly adorned with cushions of the finest silk. The fabric, a deep, muted amethyst, feels cool and exquisitely smooth against your skin as you recline, sinking into its yielding softness. Layers of silk, each one lighter than the last, mold themselves gently to your form, offering a luxurious embrace. A faint, sweet perfume, perhaps of dried rose petals, nestled within the cushions, rises with your movement, a subtle, comforting fragrance. You arrange a smaller, firmer cushion behind your head, feeling the subtle rustle of the silk as it settles, supporting your neck with gentle firmness. The air within the pavilion is still and warm, retaining the day's heat, but softened by the deepening twilight. The distant lyre music, now a little clearer, weaves its way through the quiet air. Each note is distinct, yet soft, a gentle plucking of strings that resonates with a mellow, woody warmth. The melody is unhurried, a series of rising and falling tones that seem to flow effortlessly, without beginning or end. It is a music that does not demand attention, but rather invites a gentle listening, a soft awareness. You can almost feel the vibrations of the strings, even from this distance, a subtle tremor in the very air around you. The sound is consistent, a steady, soothing presence, occasionally punctuated by the soft, distant chirping of a lone cricket from the outer gardens, a natural counterpoint to the crafted melody. Your gaze drifts across the pavilion's interior. Delicate, finely woven hangings depicting stylized birds and blossoming trees in threads of gold and silver shimmer faintly in the deepening light. Their patterns are intricate, inviting a soft, unfocused observation. A single, tall, bronze lamp, unlit for now, stands in a corner, its polished surface reflecting the last vestiges of the golden light, a silent promise of warmth later. Through the open archways you can glimpse the garden, now softened by the twilight, its forms losing their sharp edges, becoming softer, more dreamlike. The dark green of the cypress trees, visible beyond the pavilion, appears almost black against the pale, darkening sky, their familiar scent now barely a whisper on the air. You shift slightly, feeling the cool, smooth silk of the cushions against your arm, a gentle friction. The pervasive quiet of the pavilion, a cocoon of comfort, is only enhanced by the distant, lulling music. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the subtle, sweet air to fill your lungs, feeling a profound sense of ease settling over your entire being. The gentle, rhythmic plucking of the lyre continues, a soft, hypnotic lullaby that seems to slow the very passage of time. The final, lingering notes of the lyre drift softly on the evening air, slowly fading into the deepening quiet. You feel the yielding softness of the silk cushions beneath you, a gentle cradle, as the pavilion embraces the profound stillness of the night, inviting a deep and tranquil descent into rest. The last, lingering notes of the distant lyre have dissolved into the soft hush of the early evening, leaving behind a profound stillness in your private pavilion. You shift gently from the deep silk cushions, feeling the familiar cool slide of the fabric against your skin, and turn towards a smaller, more intimate corner of the room, your afternoon retreat. Here, a low table of polished dark wood awaits, bathed in the mellow, diffused light that now fills the space. Your bare feet find the smooth, cool surface of the marble floor as you rise, each step unhurried and deliberate. The slight weightlessness after reclining for so long feels pleasant, a subtle recentering. You approach the low table, its surface gleaming with a deep, rich sheen, reflecting the soft light like a still pool. A delicate steam rises from a small ceramic teapot, carrying with it a faint, sweet floral aroma that gently awakens the senses. The air here, though still warm, feels subtly different, infused with the promise of quiet refreshment. A single, exquisite porcelain cup, translucent and fine, rests on the table. Its delicate rim is painted with a slender band of gold leaf, catching the light with a soft gleam. Inside, the liquid is a pale, warm amber, almost rose-hued, infused with the delicate petals of fragrant roses. You lean closer, inhaling the exquisite, sweet perfume that rises from the warm tea, a scent that is both calming and subtly uplifting. Tiny, almost invisible flecks of dried rose petals float gently on the surface, suspended in the warm liquid. The porcelain itself feels smooth and cool to the touch as your finger brushes its outer curve. Beside the cup, a slender, intricately wrought silver spoon lies perfectly still. Its handle is delicately embossed with a tiny, repeating pattern, almost imperceptible unless closely examined. You reach out, your fingers closing around the cool, smooth silver, feeling its surprising weight, its inherent coolness. The metal gleams softly in the subdued light. With unhurried grace, you lower the spoon into the warm, fragrant tea, feeling the slight resistance as it breaks the surface tension. A soft, barely audible clink whispers against the porcelain as the spoon settles into the liquid. You begin to stir the tea, slowly, gently, in small, steady circles. The silver spoon moves smoothly through the warm liquid, creating the faintest, most delicate swish-swish sound, a soft, rhythmic whisper that is almost swallowed by the silence of the room. The subtle movement causes the fragrant rose petals to swirl gracefully within the amber liquid, releasing even more of their intoxicating perfume into the air. The steam, now carrying the intensified rose scent, rises in gentle tendrils towards your face, a soft, warm caress. You watch the tiny eddies form and dissipate, mesmerized by the quiet dance within the cup. The sound of the stirring is consistent, a gentle, almost hypnotic presence in the quiet room. You lift the spoon from the tea, allowing a single shimmering drop to fall back into the cup with a soft, almost inaudible plink. Then, you raise the porcelain cup to your lips, feeling the delicate warmth of its rim against your skin. You take a small, measured sip. The rose tea is exquisitely warm, a gentle heat that spreads slowly through your mouth, carrying with it the delicate, sweet, floral notes of the rose. The taste is subtle, refined, leaving a lingering, fragrant sensation on your tongue. It is a taste that invites a moment of pure, unhurried appreciation, a quiet moment of sensory delight. You feel the warmth of the tea spreading gently through your chest, a comforting, peaceful sensation. You place the cup back onto its saucer with the softest, most delicate click, allowing the lingering warmth and fragrant taste to slowly dissipate. The lingering warmth of rose tea recedes as you rise from your afternoon retreat. You feel the cool, smooth marble beneath your bare feet, moving towards a specialized chamber. Here, the deepening twilight, a rich indigo, filters through a high, narrow aperture, casting soft shadows across the polished stone floor. An earthy scent of river stone mingled with dry cedar fills the air. A low, broad table of dark cypress wood awaits, its surface gleaming, laden with shallow wooden trays of smooth, river-worn pebbles for careful selection. You approach the table, your gaze sweeping over the array of natural stone. Each tray holds a collection, sorted by variations in hue and size. You notice deep grays, soft creams, and occasional flecks of rust red and muted green, all smoothed by river currents. The pebbles, piled in gentle mounds, seem to absorb the fading light, holding within them the memory of cool water. An earthy aroma rises from the stones, a grounding scent. You lean closer, hands hovering above the nearest tray, feeling the coolness radiating upwards from the mass of stones. With slow, deliberate movement, you extend your hand, allowing your fingertips to gently sink into the outermost layer of pebbles. The sensation is immediately cool and profoundly smooth, each stone polished by countless centuries of tumbling water. You feel distinct rounded edges, subtle variations in size and shape as they shift and settle. A soft, dry clatter like distant rain accompanies your touch, a gentle, rhythmic sound as the pebbles adjust. You let your hand rest, feeling the cool, dense weight of the stones, their collective presence, a comforting, solid mass. The smooth, cool surface of the cypress table offers a steady anchor beneath your other hand. You begin to select individual pebbles, lifting them one by one. Each stone is a miniature sculpture, perfectly formed by nature's patient hand. You turn a small, flat gray pebble between your thumb and forefinger, feeling its exquisite smoothness, its almost velvety texture. The light, now dimmer, still catches a faint sheen on its surface. You observe a tiny, almost invisible vein of white quartz running through its dark gray, a delicate, natural imperfection. You then pick up a slightly larger, creamy-colored stone, its shape more elongated, feeling the subtle warmth it has absorbed from the air, a gentle contrast to cooler stones. The weight of each pebble is satisfying, a small, dense presence in your palm. Once a pebble meets your exacting standards, you transfer it to a smaller, finely crafted bronze bowl. The bronze is cool and smooth, its polished surface gleaming with a muted, metallic luster in the twilight. The first pebble drops with a soft, distinct click against the bottom of the bowl, a clear, resonant sound that seems to echo briefly. Then another, a slightly deeper thud as a heavier stone joins its companion. You continue this quiet, rhythmic process, each selected pebble adding to the soft melody of stone against metal, a gentle, percussive rhythm that is both engaging and deeply calming. The rising pile of chosen stones in the bronze bowl reflects the deepening indigo light, each one a tiny, polished jewel. You pause, your hands still resting among the unselected pebbles, feeling their cool, smooth presence. The soft, rhythmic sound of selecting the stones, and the gentle clink as they settle into the bronze bowl, creates a calming, repetitive melody that fills the quiet chamber. The subtle, earthy scent of the river stones and the dry cedar of the table gently grounds you as the evening deepens, inviting a profound sense of peaceful absorption, a quiet readiness for rest. The cool, dense presence of the river-worn pebbles fades as you leave the selection chamber, stepping into a different kind of quiet. Here, the deepening twilight, a soft indigo, gathers within a spacious, high-ceilinged room dedicated to the palace's finest textiles. A faint, clean scent of stored fabric, mingled with the dry, subtle aroma of cedar wood from immense chests, fills the air. promising a different sort of sensory experience than the cool stone. Your soft slippers make no sound as you move across the polished dark wood floor, each step deliberate and unhurried. Your gaze is drawn to tall, upright bolts of silk, arranged like silent sentinels along one wall. They stand in muted columns, their colors, even in the dimming light, hinting at hidden depths and shifting hues. The air, though still, feels soft and dry against your skin, a delicate contrast to the earlier damp earth and cool stone. The rich, deep tones of the silk seem to absorb the fading light, yet promise a hidden brilliance. You approach one particular bolt, its surface a deep, rich sapphire. You reach out, your fingers coming to rest on its topmost edge. The sensation is immediate, impossibly smooth, cool, and almost liquid beneath your touch, a profound softness that yields with the gentlest pressure. You feel the tightly wound layers, a dense, yielding mass of exquisite fiber. You allow your palm to rest there for a moment, absorbing the sheer, unblemished quality of the woven material. The faint, clean scent of the silk itself, a subtle, almost unnoticeable perfume, rises as you disturb the air around it. With a gentle, deliberate motion, you carefully unroll a short length of the fabric. It unfurls with a soft, almost inaudible shush, a whisper of silk against silk, a sound like dry leaves stirred by a very distant breeze. The material flows like water, cascading over your outstretched arm, its weight surprisingly light, almost ethereal, yet possessing a substantial drape. As the silk drapes, the fading light catches its surface, revealing a breathtaking iridescence. Deep blues shift to subtle greens, and rich purples dissolve into soft golds, depending on the angle of your gaze, a quiet dance of color. The subtle play of light across the fine weave creates an illusion of movement, even when the fabric itself is still. You hold the silk, allowing it to pool in soft, luminous folds in your hands. Feeling its incredible lightness, you lift a section, letting it hang freely, envisioning it stretched high above a garden path, a protective canopy against the midday sun. You imagine the filtered light it would create, a soft, diffused glow, and the gentle, dancing shadows it would cast on the ground below, ever shifting with the slightest breeze. The thought of this luxurious fabric providing shade and beauty within the grand design of the imperial garden fills you with a quiet sense of satisfaction. The air around you feels still, almost reverent, as you hold this precious material. A faint, almost imperceptible rustle of the silk as you subtly adjust your grip is the only sound, a delicate presence in the profound quiet. You slowly gather the unrolled section, carefully folding it back onto the bolt, feeling the soft, cool layers press together. The iridescent colors seem to ripple and merge as the fabric settles, a final, silent display of its inherent beauty. The profound quiet of the textile chamber, infused with the subtle scent of silk and cedar, wraps around you, inviting a deep and tranquil rest, as the last light of the day softly, gently, fades into the deeper hues of the approaching night. The profound quiet of the textile chamber, filled with the subtle scent of silk and cedar, now gives way to the fresh, cool air of early morning as you step into your personal water garden. Here, the first pale light of dawn touches the surface of the tranquil pool, illuminating a rare lotus bloom as it begins its exquisite, unhurried unfurling. A faint, sweet fragrance, delicate and pure, drifts from the water, mingling with the crisp, clean scent of damp earth. You approach the edge of the water garden, your soft slippers silent on the smooth, cool flagstones. The basin, carved from a single piece of pale, creamy limestone, feels cool and solid beneath your fingertips as you lean slightly, observing the silent spectacle. The water within is perfectly still, reflecting the soft, pearlescent hues of the pre-dawn sky, a mirror to the quiet awakening of the world. Tiny, almost imperceptible ripples spread gently from the base of the lotus, a subtle testament to its slow, deliberate growth. You can feel the coolness radiating from the water, a refreshing presence in the morning air. Your gaze settles upon the central lotus bloom, a rare and delicate specimen. Its petals, a pristine, almost ethereal shade of white, touched with the faintest blush of rose at their tips. Earlier, it was a tightly closed bud, but now, with the gentle persuasion of the morning light, the outermost petals have begun their slow, graceful opening. You watch with quiet fascination as one petal, then another, seems to gently push outwards, revealing the softer, more tender layers beneath. The movement is so subtle, so gradual, that it is almost imperceptible, a testament to nature's unhurried rhythm. The surface of each petal is impossibly smooth, almost velvety to the eye, yet you know it possesses a delicate, waxy resilience. A single perfect dewdrop clings to the curve of an unfurling petal, catching the nascent light and refracting it into a tiny, fleeting rainbow. As more petals slowly unfurl, a delicate, sweet perfume, more pronounced now, rises from the heart of the bloom. It is a pure, clean, floral scent, subtle yet captivating, filling the immediate air around you with its gentle presence. You lean a little closer, inhaling deeply, allowing the exquisite fragrance to settle in your senses, a calming and grounding aroma. The central stamens, a cluster of soft golden threads, are now becoming visible, promising further beauty as the bloom continues its slow, majestic opening. The soft, distant murmur of a small, hidden spring, feeding the water garden, provides a constant, gentle background sound, a subtle, rhythmic whisper that harmonizes with the profound stillness. You pause, simply observing the quiet miracle of nature unfolding before you. The morning light strengthens, painting the lotus petals with a warmer, more luminous glow, transforming their pristine white into a radiant, almost translucent brilliance. The delicate veins within each petal become visible, intricate networks of life, a testament to the plant's quiet strength. A tiny, almost invisible bee, drawn by the nascent fragrance, hovers for a moment above the bloom, its wings a soft, almost inaudible hum, before settling gently on an outer petal, its light weight causing no disturbance. The sheer perfection of the lotus, a symbol of purity and rebirth, fills the space with an undeniable sense of peace. You gently rest your hand on the cool, smooth limestone rim of the basin, feeling the solid, enduring quality of the stone. The silent, perfect unfurling of the lotus, bathed in the gentle morning light, holds a profound stillness, inviting you to simply absorb its quiet, perfect beauty as the day quietly and peacefully begins to awaken around you. The exquisite, pure fragrance of the lotus bloom, now fully unfurled, gently recedes as you turn from the water garden. You are drawn by the soft, growing warmth of the morning sun towards a new planting bed, freshly prepared, its dark, rich soil releasing a sweet, earthy scent into the crisp air. The cool, smooth flagstones beneath your slippers give way to a narrow path of fine, pale gravel, each tiny stone shifting with a soft, almost imperceptible crunch underfoot as you approach. You pause at the edge of the meticulously prepared bed, The soil, a deep, velvety brown, lies in gentle, undulating mounds, still visibly moist from its recent turning. The morning light, now brighter and more direct, catches the tiny, glistening particles within the earth, making it shimmer with a subtle, dark luster. You observe the careful borders of the bed, fashioned from low, smooth-cut cedar planks, their light, resinous scent mingling faintly with the dominant aroma of the soil. The wood feels smooth and cool to the touch as your fingers trace its upper edge, a deliberate line separating the cultivated earth from the surrounding gravel. You bend slightly, allowing your hand to hover just above the dark, yielding surface. The coolness radiating from the damp earth is palpable, a refreshing contrast to the increasing warmth of the sun on your skin. With unhurried grace, your fingertips gently press into the outermost layer of soil, feeling its cool, granular texture, a subtle resistance giving way to a surprising softness. You sense the fine particles, the tiny, almost invisible clumps that break apart with the slightest pressure, each one a testament to the soil's aeration and richness. A faint, dry whisper accompanies your touch as the earth shifts, a soft, intimate sound. You cup a small handful of the rich earth, allowing it to rest in your palm. Its weight is surprisingly light, yet substantial, a testament to its organic composition. You feel its cool, damp presence against your skin, a grounding sensation. Bringing the soil closer, you inhale deeply, allowing the sweet, earthy scent to fill your senses. It is a profoundly complex aroma, damp minerals, ancient roots, and the vibrant, unseen life thriving beneath the surface. This pure essence of the earth itself, clean and deep, fills your lungs with a calming presence. You notice tiny dark root fragments, almost like fine threads, woven within the soil, and minute, sparkling flecks of mica, catching the light like scattered dust. You slowly release the soil from your hand, allowing it to sift gently through your fingers, returning to the bed with a soft, almost inaudible shush. The fine particles settle back into their place, rejoining the soft mounds. You envision the delicate seeds that will soon be nestled within this rich, prepared earth, imagining their slow, quiet awakening, their tender roots reaching down, absorbing the vital nutrients. You see the vibrant, fragrant blossoms they will eventually produce, adding new layers of color and perfume to the grand design of the imperial garden. The gentle, consistent hum of distant bees, already at work in the more established sections, drifts faintly on the morning air, a soft, natural melody that hints at future abundance. You stand upright again, your gaze sweeping across the expanse of the freshly turned bed, then outwards to the burgeoning garden. The profound quiet of this space, imbued with the sweet, earthy scent of the soil and the soft promise of new life, settles around you, a deep, comforting embrace. The gentle warmth of the morning sun on your face, and the subtle, grounding aroma of the earth, invites a profound sense of peaceful anticipation, allowing your mind to drift calmly, unhurriedly, into the unfolding day. The sweet, earthy scent of freshly turned soil, still clinging to the morning air, slowly gives way as you step from the planting bed onto a wide, sun-warmed flagstone path. Ahead, in a shaded area prepared for construction, a newly delivered marble capitol rests on a bed of straw, its pristine white surface gleaming in the gentle light. You approach the immense block of carved stone, its presence commanding the space. The marble, newly quarried and expertly shaped, radiates a subtle coolness that you can feel even before you reach it. Its surface, a brilliant, unblemished white, seems to drink in the morning sun, reflecting a soft, pearlescent glow. You circle the capital slowly, admiring its robust form, a testament to the master carver's skill. The air around it carries a faint, dry scent of freshly cut stone, mingling with the dry, sweet smell of the straw cushioning its base. You extend your hand, your fingers gently touching the topmost smooth expanse of the capital. The marble is cool, exquisitely smooth, almost like polished skin, a profound contrast to the rough earth you just left. You allow your palm to rest there for a moment, feeling the dense, unwavering solidity of the stone, its ancient promise of endurance. Then, your fingertips begin to trace the delicate curves of the carvings that adorn its sides. These are not merely decorative but deeply symbolic, intertwining vines and stylized lotus blossoms, each one rendered with meticulous precision. Your fingers follow the raised edges of an acanthus leaf, feeling the subtle undulations, the sharp points, and the deeper recessed areas where shadow would gather. The intricate detail is absorbing, each tiny ridge and valley, a testament to hours of patient, skilled work. You notice the faint, almost invisible tool marks, small whispers of the artisan's chisel, evidence of the human touch that transformed raw stone into this elegant form. The morning light, now a little higher, casts soft, elongated shadows within these carvings, giving them an illusion of deeper relief, a play of light and dark that shifts with your perspective. You step back, allowing your gaze to encompass the entire capital. You envision it elevated, crowning a tall column, supporting the architrave of a grand colonnade that will define a new section of the garden. You imagine the way the sun, at different hours of the day, will illuminate its carvings, making them appear to breathe and move with the light. The colonnade will offer both stately beauty and welcome shade, a cool, inviting transition between sun-drenched paths and more secluded garden rooms. A quiet attendant, moving silently in the periphery, places a small, cool pitcher of water on a nearby low stone block, a gesture of unobtrusive service, then retreats, leaving you to your contemplation. You allow your hand to rest on the cool, smooth surface of the newly delivered marble capital, feeling its deep, unwavering presence. The intricate carvings, a silent promise of future grandeur and cool shade, absorb the gentle morning light, inviting a profound sense of peaceful anticipation as the day quietly, unhurriedly, continues to unfold around you. The cool, smooth surface of the marble capital, still gleaming with the morning's light, recedes from your mind as you step into a quieter, more utilitarian chamber within the palace complex. Here, the soft, diffused light of late morning filters through a high, narrow opening, illuminating a large, unrolled diagram spread across a low, sturdy wooden table. A distinct, dry scent of baked clay, mingled with the faint aroma of parchment, fills the air, a grounding presence. You approach the table, your soft slippers making no sound on the packed earth floor. The diagram, meticulously drawn on a large sheet of thick papyrus, displays an intricate network of lines and symbols. Each line represents a section of terracotta pipe, each symbol a valve or a junction. You lean closer, your gaze tracing the precise pathways, imagining the hidden arteries that will pulse with life beneath the garden's surface. The ochre ink, now dry, feels subtly raised as your fingertip gently follows a long, curving line, feeling the slight friction against the papyrus fibers. You note the careful gradients, the subtle slopes designed to ensure a steady, unhurried flow of water from the distant spring to every corner of your grand design. The weight of an obsidian paperweight pressing down a corner of the papyrus feels cool and smooth beneath your thumb as you steady the scroll. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the detailed lines to dissolve into an imagined reality. You picture the cool, clear water, drawn from its source high in the mountains, entering the first, largest pipe. You sense its initial gentle surge, then its steady, silent journey beneath the earth. You can almost feel the cool, damp presence of the water as it moves, a constant, unseen current. The imagined sound is a faint, distant gurgle, a soft, rhythmic whisper that grows and fades as the water navigates the turns and descents of the subterranean network. It is a profound, unseen ballet of engineering and nature, bringing life to the roots of future trees and the basins of yet-to-be-built fountains. The air around you, though still, feels as if it carries the subtle, refreshing coolness of this imagined flow. You open your eyes, your gaze settling on a stack of actual terracotta pipes, neatly arranged in a corner of the chamber. Their color is a deep, warm, reddish-brown, earthy and inviting. You walk towards them, reaching out to lift one of the shorter sections. Its weight is substantial, solid, a testament to the fired clay. Your fingers trace the smooth, slightly coarse exterior, feeling the subtle imperfections, the faint rings left by the potter's hands. The interior, visible through the opening, is dark and cool, promising to hold the precious water safely. You bring the pipe closer, inhaling its dry, mineral scent, a clean aroma of baked earth. The cool, firm texture of the clay feels grounding, a tangible link to the soil it will soon be buried within. You turn the pipe slowly in your hands, feeling its balanced weight, its simple, functional elegance. You gently replace the terracotta pipe, its soft thud against its companions, a muted sound in a quiet room. You return your attention to the papyrus, now viewing it not just as a plan, but as a map of life-giving veins. You envision these pipes lying beneath the newly prepared planting beds, beneath the roots of the cypress grove you walked through yesterday, beneath the very foundations of the marble colonnade. The water, a hidden blessing, will seep through the porous clay, slowly nourishing the soil, ensuring the vibrant health of every plant, every blossom. It is a silent, constant process, an unseen engine of growth, connecting the distant mountain springs to the intricate beauty of the imperial garden. The soft light, now a pale gold, glints off a stray speck of dust on the papyrus, a tiny, dancing point of light. The intricate, hidden network of terracotta pipes beneath the earth, a mental blueprint of life-giving flow, slowly gives way to the grand visible expanse of your terraced gardens as you step out into the cooling evening air. The golden light of the late afternoon, now softening into the last, lingering rays of golden hour, bathes the meticulously sculpted landscape in a warm, ethereal glow. A faint, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine, just beginning to release its perfume, drifts on the air, mingling with the dry, earthy aroma of sun-warmed stone. You find yourself on a high, wide terrace, paved with large, precisely cut slabs of pale travertine. The stone, still holding the day's heat, offers a gentle warmth beneath your soft slippers, a comforting presence as the air around you begins its slow descent into coolness. Your gaze sweeps across the tiered gardens below, each level a carefully orchestrated symphony of geometry and verdant life. The setting sun, a low, burnished orb on the horizon, casts long, dramatic shadows from the tall cypress trees, stretching them like dark, elegant fingers across the manicured lawns and reflecting pools. The distant murmur of the imperial city, a low, indistinct hum, is almost entirely absorbed by the vastness of the garden, leaving a profound sense of peace. You walk slowly to the carved limestone balustrade that defines the terrace edge. Your fingers trace the cool, smooth surface of the stone, feeling the subtle undulations of its ancient formation, its enduring strength. The intricate patterns of the garden below are transformed by the fading light. The vibrant greens of the myrtle hedges deepen into a rich emerald, while the delicate blossoms of roses and lilies, in their carefully arranged beds, take on a softer, almost luminous quality. Each fountain, now sparkling with a final brilliant glint of sunlight, sends up its gentle cascade, the soft, rhythmic sound of falling water rising faintly to your ears, a constant, soothing melody that seems to slow the very passage of time. You lean against the balustrade, allowing your eyes to follow the vanishing light. The uppermost terrace, where you stand, is still bathed in a soft apricot glow, but the lower levels are already beginning to embrace the deep, cool blues of twilight. You notice how the light catches the surface of a distant reflecting pool, turning it into a sheet of liquid gold, before a moment later it transforms into a mirror of the deepening sky. A solitary bird, a nightingale, begins its first, tentative song from a hidden branch in the olive grove far below, its clear, sweet notes carrying effortlessly on the still, cooling air, a delicate counterpoint to the distant water. A quiet attendant, moving with practiced grace, approaches from behind, placing a finely woven wool shawl over your shoulders. The wool is soft and light, yet offers a gentle warmth, a subtle comfort against the increasing coolness. You feel the delicate texture of the fabric against your skin, a fine, almost imperceptible warmth spreading. The attendant then recedes as silently as they appeared, leaving you undisturbed in your contemplation. You settle deeper into the shawl, breathing in the delicate perfume of night-blooming jasmine, now more potent, a sweet, intoxicating presence. You remain, watching the last sliver of golden light disappear below the distant mountains, painting the horizon with fleeting streaks of rose and violet. The grand terraced gardens, now softly illuminated by the first faint glimmer of starlight, settle into a profound quiet. The gentle coolness of the evening air, the soft rustle of leaves from a nearby cypress, and the distant, rhythmic murmur of water, all combine to create a deeply tranquil embrace, inviting a quiet, unhurried drift into the deepening peace of the night. The gentle coolness of the evening air and the faint, sweet perfume of night-blooming jasmine from the terrace gardens slowly recede as you step into the profound warmth and quiet of your private dining alcove. Here, the deepening twilight is softened by the mellow glow of several small, exquisitely crafted oil lamps, their flames casting a gentle, steady light that dances softly on the polished surfaces. A rich, savory aroma, deep and comforting, fills the air, a promise of the evening meal. You settle onto a low, wide cushion of rich, deep crimson silk, its smooth surface yielding gently beneath you. The fabric, still holding a subtle warmth from the day, feels exquisitely soft against your skin, a comforting embrace. Before you, on a small, round table of polished dark cypress, rests a shallow bowl of finely glazed earthenware. From it, a delicate wisp of steam rises, carrying the full, inviting fragrance of a braised lamb stew. The bowl itself is a deep, earthy green, its unglazed rim offering a slight, pleasing texture against your fingertips. You reach for a slender silver spoon, its polished surface gleaming softly in the lamplight. The metal is cool and smooth beneath your touch, a delightful contrast to the warmth emanating from the stew. As you lower the spoon into the rich, savory liquid, there is a faint, almost imperceptible swish, a soft parting of the broth. You carefully scoop a small portion of the stew, a tender piece of lamb, glistening with the savory sauce, and a soft, yielding piece of root vegetable, perhaps a turnip or a sweet carrot. The spoon, now bearing its warm cargo, feels substantial, perfectly balanced in your hand. You lift the spoon slowly, bringing it towards your lips. The warmth of the steam, now carrying the concentrated aroma of herbs and slow-cooked meat, rises to meet you, a comforting caress against your skin. You take a small, measured bite. The lamb is incredibly tender, melting effortlessly on your tongue. Its rich, earthy flavor infused with subtle spices, perhaps a hint of cumin and coriander, a touch of saffron. The vegetable is soft, almost creamy, adding a delicate sweetness that balances the savory depth of the meat. The warm, rich broth coats your mouth, leaving a lingering, satisfying taste that invites another unhurried spoonful. You feel the gentle warmth spread through your chest, a profound sense of comfort settling within you. You pause, allowing the delightful flavors to fully register, savoring each nuanced note. The only sounds in the alcove are the soft, almost inaudible clink of the silver spoon against the earthenware bowl as you lower it, and the gentle, rhythmic sound of your own quiet chewing. The lamplight casts soft, dancing shadows on the wall hangings, their intricate patterns of vines and blossoms appearing to subtly sway. Outside, the distant, muted chirping of crickets, a soft, natural chorus, seems to deepen the profound quiet within your cozy retreat. You take another slow, deliberate spoonful, the warmth and flavor a comforting ritual, a gentle winding down of the day. You gently place the silver spoon back into the earthenware bowl, allowing it to rest against the rim with a soft, almost imperceptible clink. The lingering warmth of the braised lamb stew and the rich, complex flavors fill you with a deep sense of contentment. The soft, steady glow of the oil lamps and the profound quiet of your dining alcove wrap around you like a warm, silken blanket, inviting a tranquil and unhurried drift into the deepening peace of the night. The lingering warmth of the braised lamb stew and the soft lamplight of your dining alcove now give way to the deeper quiet of your private library. Here, the subtle glow of carefully placed oil lamps casts long, gentle shadows across shelves filled with ancient scrolls and bound volumes. A profound scent of aged parchment and rich, dry leather mingled with a faint, sweet hint of cedar fills the still air, a comforting aroma that speaks of quiet contemplation. Your soft slippers make no sound on the smooth, cool stone floor as you approach a low, polished reading table of dark walnut. Its surface, smooth and cool beneath your fingertips, offers a steady, inviting space. Your gaze drifts to a particular section of the shelves, where a revered, illuminated manuscript, bound in deep crimson leather, rests. Its presence is humble, yet profound amongst the other texts. The leather binding, worn smooth by generations of careful handling, feels cool and supple to the touch, its subtle texture a silent record of countless studies. With unhurried grace, you reach for the manuscript, carefully lifting it from its resting place. Its weight is substantial, a comforting density in your hands, holding centuries of artistry and wisdom within its pages. You carry it to the walnut table, placing it with a soft, almost imperceptible thud that resonates briefly in the quiet room, quickly absorbed by the surrounding silence. The lamplight catches the faint, almost invisible dust motes that dance slowly in the air around the ancient volume, creating a serene, ethereal glow. You settle onto a low, wide cushion beside the table, the silk yielding gently beneath you. With utmost care, you unfasten the small, intricate bronze clasps that secure the manuscript. They click open with a soft, delicate snick, barely audible in the stillness, a sound that signals the beginning of a quiet journey. You open the heavy, leather-bound cover, revealing the first brittle page. Its vellum surface, yellowed with age, feels dry and cool beneath your fingertips as you gently press it flat. The faint crackle of the ancient material, a delicate whisper in the quiet. Your eyes trace the intricate lines of the illuminated script and the delicate illustrations that adorn the page. Faded gold leaf, still shimmering softly in the lamplight, highlights the borders of the text and the details of miniature garden scenes. Rich, muted pigments depict geometrically precise water channels, slender cypress trees, and stylized blossoms, all rendered with an exquisite, patient hand. Each tiny detail, each carefully drawn leaf or petal, invites a slow, absorbing gaze. You imagine the ancient garden architect, perhaps centuries ago, leaning over this very page, carefully envisioning the tranquil spaces and verdant beauty. The subtle, dry scent of the aged vellum, a clean, almost mineral aroma, rises as you lean closer, filling your senses. With a slow, deliberate motion, your fingers gently turn the brittle page. The movement is accompanied by a soft, dry rustle, like the whisper of dry leaves in a distant, gentle breeze. The newly revealed page offers another exquisite view, another ancient garden design, continuing the silent narrative of beauty and order. The lamplight, steady and warm, illuminates the intricate details, inviting your mind to wander through these imagined landscapes, a calming journey through time. The profound quiet of the library, broken only by the soft turning of pages and the gentle, almost imperceptible flicker of the oil lamps, wraps around you a deep, comforting embrace. You allow your hand to rest gently on the aged vellum, feeling its subtle texture beneath your fingers. The silent, ancient beauty of the illuminated manuscript, depicting gardens of forgotten eras, absorbs the soft, steady lamplight, inviting a profound sense of peaceful absorption. The brittle pages of the illuminated manuscript, with their ancient garden designs, have been gently closed, the bronze clasps softly resecured. You remain in your private library, but your focus now shifts from the visual world of the book to the profound, enveloping atmosphere of the room itself. Here, the subtle glow of the oil lamps, now a deeper, steadier amber, casts long, quiet shadows across the tall shelves. A complex, comforting scent, rich and deep, rises around you, the dry, sweet aroma of old papyrus, mingled with the distinct, resinous fragrance of seasoned cedar wood. You lean back slightly into the yielding silk cushion, feeling its familiar softness cradle your form. Your eyes close for a moment, allowing the pervasive scent to fill your senses completely. It is a layered aroma, a quiet symphony of time and natural materials. First, the dry, almost mineral scent of countless scrolls and ancient vellum, a clean, almost dusty perfume that speaks of centuries of collected wisdom. Then, beneath it, the warm, slightly sharp sweetness of the cedarwood shelves and tables, a grounding, earthy presence that anchors the lighter notes. You breathe in slowly, deeply, allowing the unique blend to settle in your lungs, feeling a profound sense of calm. The air itself feels heavy with this comforting fragrance, a palpable presence. You open your eyes, allowing your gaze to drift across the room, now perceiving it through the lens of scent. The tall, dark cedar shelves, stretching from floor to ceiling, seem to exhale their fragrance, a constant, subtle emanation that reinforces the sense of quiet permanence. You imagine the countless layers of papyrus, each scroll tightly rolled and bound, slowly releasing its unique essence into the enclosed space, contributing to this rich, comforting bouquet. The leather bindings of the larger volumes, worn smooth by generations, add another deeper note. A faint, almost leathery sweetness, a subtle counterpoint to the dry papyrus and resinous cedar. The oil lamps, now burning with a softer, more consistent flame, contribute a faint, clean warmth, a barely perceptible hint of warmed wax and olive oil that blends seamlessly with the other aromas. You reach out your hand, allowing your fingertips to brush lightly against the spine of a nearby scroll. The papyrus, though firm, yields slightly to your touch, its dry, fibrous texture, a subtle sensation. As your hand moves, a faint, almost inaudible, shush-shush whispers from the aged material, releasing a minute puff of its stored fragrance, a concentrated burst of dry, sweet antiquity. You bring your hand closer to your nose, inhaling the delicate, refined scent, a pure essence of the past. The cool, polished walnut of the reading table beneath your other hand provides a solid, smooth anchor, its own faint, woody aroma, a gentle undercurrent to the dominant sense of the room. You close your eyes again, allowing the quiet symphony of scents to wash over you. The dry, sweet papyrus, the resinous cedar, the subtle leather, the faint, warm lamp oil. Each aroma merges into a single, profound fragrance that defines this sanctuary of knowledge and peace. The absolute stillness of the library, broken only by the soft, almost imperceptible flicker of the lamp flames and the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, deepens this sensory experience. You feel utterly enveloped, protected, and at peace within this aromatic cocoon. The comforting scent of old papyrus and cedarwood, a deep, pervasive fragrance, gently wraps around you in the profound quiet of your private library. The soft, steady lamplight and the quiet stillness of the room invite a deep and tranquil rest as your mind drifts calmly, unhurriedly, into the deepening peace of the night. The comforting scent of old papyrus and cedarwood from your library, a deep, pervasive fragrance, slowly recedes as you step from its quiet warmth into the crisp, cool air of early morning. You find yourself at the edge of your personal water garden, a tranquil, shallow pool, its surface perfectly still, holding the first pale, pearlescent light of the new day. A clean, damp scent of fresh water and wet stone mingles with the subtle, earthy aroma of nearby foliage, gently awakening your senses. You approach the pool's edge, your soft slippers making no sound on the wide, polished slabs of pale gray marble that frame the basin. The stone, cool from the night air, offers a refreshing sensation beneath your feet, a grounding presence. You lean slightly, allowing your hand to rest on the smooth, cool lip of the basin, feeling the subtle grain of the marble beneath your fingertips. The water within the pool is so exquisitely still that its surface is an almost perfect mirror, reflecting the soft, muted blues and subtle grays of the pre-dawn sky with remarkable clarity. Tiny, almost invisible motes of dust, illuminated by the nascent light, dance slowly in the quiet air just above the water, creating a serene, ethereal shimmer. Your gaze drifts from the sky's reflection to the tall, elegant forms of the cypress trees that line the far side of the water garden. Their dark, slender silhouettes are mirrored in the tranquil pool with astonishing fidelity, appearing almost more profound, more ancient in their reflected state. Each needle, each branch, is rendered with a softened, liquid precision, the deep green hues transformed into ethereal shadows on the water's surface. You observe how the reflection seems to possess a deeper, more saturated color than the actual trees, as if the water itself amplifies their essence. The subtle contours of the distant mountains, barely visible in the fading darkness, are also caught in this liquid mirror, a soft, indistinct line against the reflected sky. You remain still, simply observing the serene tableau. A faint, almost imperceptible breath of air stirs, causing a single, minuscule ripple to spread slowly across the water's surface. The ripple, a delicate, expanding ring, momentarily distorts the perfect reflections of the cypress trees, making them waver and stretch into elongated, fluid shapes. You watch, with quiet fascination, as the ripple slowly, almost reluctantly, dissipates, allowing the reflections to reform, gradually returning to their pristine, unwavering clarity. The sound of this subtle movement is barely a whisper, a gentle, sandalwood that is quickly absorbed by the profound stillness of the morning. You feel the cool, clean air rising gently from the water, a refreshing caress against your face. As the sun begins its slow ascent, a single golden ray pierces through a gap in the cypresses, striking the water's surface. The reflection of the trees is momentarily overlaid with a shimmering streak of brilliant light, a fleeting, transient brushstroke of gold on the liquid canvas. You notice how the light picks out individual, almost translucent aquatic leaves floating just beneath the surface, revealing their intricate veins and delicate forms. The water itself, though shallow, appears to hold a profound depth in this quiet light, a silent world beneath the reflective surface. The only sound is the consistent, distant trickle of water from a hidden spring feeding the pool, a rhythmic, soothing presence that seems to deepen the sense of peace. You allow your hand to rest on the cool, smooth marble rim of the pool, feeling its solid, enduring presence. The perfectly still reflections of the cypress trees, mirroring the quiet world, hold a profound sense of peace. The serene reflections of cypress trees in the tranquil pool slowly recede from your immediate focus as you turn, drawn by a delicate, rhythmic sound. The soft morning light, still gentle, guides you deeper into a secluded alcove of your personal water garden, where a small, hidden wall fountain begins its quiet song. A distinct, cool dampness permeates the air here, richer than by the open pool, carrying with it the clean, mineral scent of wet stone and a faint, sweet hint of moss. Your soft slippers glide silently over the cool, polished flagstones that pave the winding path into this secluded space. Each stone feels smooth and solid, a grounding presence beneath your feet. Between the larger flagstones, tiny patches of emerald green moss cling to the narrow gaps, offering a delicate, velvety texture that your gaze softly notices. The walls of this alcove are fashioned from blocks of pale, creamy travertine, cool to the touch and subtly textured, with faint veins of darker stone running through them like ancient pathways. As you draw nearer, the rhythmic sound of water becomes clearer, a consistent, gentle melody that seems to have always been present, patiently waiting for your attention. You settle onto a low, intricately carved marble bench, its surface cool and smooth against your fine linen robe. A thick, plush cushion of deep, muted green silk is arranged behind you, offering soft support to your back. The fabric yields gently with a soft support, cradling you in its comforting embrace. Your eyes are drawn to the wall fountain, cleverly recessed into the travertine. From a small, elegantly sculpted lion's head, a slender, unbroken stream of water emerges, falling with a soft, steady drip-drip trickle into a shallow, moss-lined basin below. The sound is delicate, yet persistent, a constant, soothing rhythm that fills the quiet space, absorbing all other ambient noise. You watch the single stream of water, translucent and clear, as it catches the soft, diffused morning light. Each individual droplet is visible for a fleeting moment before it merges with the surface of the basin water, creating a tiny, almost imperceptible plink sound. The water in the basin itself is perfectly clear, revealing the smooth, round river stones that line its bottom, their surfaces dark and glossy from perpetual dampness. Around the edges of the lion's head, a fine, delicate layer of soft green moss thrives, its tiny fibers glistening with moisture, a living testament to the fountain's ceaseless flow. You can feel the cool, refreshing mist, almost imperceptible, rising gently from the basin, a delicate caress against your skin, carrying the clean mineral scent of the water. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the rhythmic drip-drip trickle of the water to become the sole focus of your awareness. It is a simple, repetitive sound, yet within its consistency lies a profound sense of calm. Each drop, each tiny splash, seems to slow the very passage of time, inviting your mind to settle, to quiet its thoughts. The subtle, damp coolness in the air, the faint scent of wet stone, and the unwavering rhythm of the water combine to create a deeply immersive sensation of peace. You feel your shoulders relax, your breath deepen, synchronizing with the gentle, unhurried flow. The world outside this secluded alcove seems to fade, leaving only this tranquil, constant presence. The rhythmic trickle of the hidden fountain, a constant, soothing presence, fills the quiet alcove. You feel the gentle coolness of the air and the calming rhythm of the water, inviting a deep and tranquil rest as the morning quietly, unhurriedly, settles around you, drawing you deeper into its soft, rhythmic embrace. The rhythmic trickle of the hidden fountain, a constant, soothing presence from the morning, now feels like a distant memory as the day has gently unfolded and deepened into night. You step from the cooler, outer corridors into the profound quiet of your sleeping chamber, where the soft, diffused glow of a single alabaster lamp casts long, gentle shadows across the polished marble floor. A faint, clean scent of fresh linen, mingled with a subtle hint of dried lavender, fills the cool, still air, a comforting aroma that signals the peaceful close of day. Your soft slippers make almost no sound as you cross the room towards the waiting bed. The marble beneath your feet is cool, a smooth, grounding presence. The bed, a generous expanse, is draped in layers of the finest linen, its pristine white surface appearing almost luminous in the soft lamplight. You reach out, your fingers gently brushing the topmost sheet. The sensation is immediate, cool and exquisitely crisp, almost starched, yet yielding with a delicate softness. You feel the fine, even weave of the fabric, each thread distinct, a testament to its quality. The sheets invite a deep sense of calm, promising profound rest. With unhurried grace, you pull back the outer layers of the linen, revealing the deeper, softer mattress beneath. The sheets part with a soft, dry shush, a gentle whisper of fabric against fabric, a sound like dry leaves stirred by an unseen breeze. The air that rises from between the layers is cool and fresh, carrying a more concentrated essence of the clean linen and lavender. You notice the subtle way the light catches the intricate folds of the fabric, highlighting the delicate shadows they create, a silent, visual rhythm. The mattress beneath, plump and yielding, offers a subtle give, a silent invitation to sink into its embrace. You settle into the bed, your body sinking gently into the soft, supportive mattress. The cool, crisp linen sheets immediately envelop you, their smooth surface, a soothing caress against your skin. You feel the fabric conforming to your form, a delicate embrace that is both refreshing and deeply comforting. The subtle weight of the top sheet, light yet present, settles over you. You shift slightly, arranging your body, feeling the smooth linen slide and adjust with a soft, almost imperceptible rustle. The sound is quiet, intimate, a private symphony of comfort. You reach for the plump pillows, encased in the same cool, crisp linen. They feel soft and yielding, yet supportive, cradling your head with gentle firmness. You adjust one beneath your neck, feeling the delicate shift of the fine feathers within, a soft, almost silent puff. The cool fabric against your cheek is a profound pleasure, a calming sensation that helps to quiet the mind. You close your eyes, breathing in the clean scent of the fresh linen, allowing its purity to fill your lungs. The only sound in the chamber is the soft, rhythmic presence of your own breathing, a steady, unhurried rhythm that seems to slow the very passage of time. Outside, the distant, muted chirping of crickets, a soft, natural lullaby, drifts faintly on the cool night air, blending seamlessly with the profound quiet within your chamber. You allow your hand to rest gently on the cool, crisp linen sheet, feeling its smooth, unwavering texture beneath your fingertips. The profound quiet of your sleeping chamber and the comforting coolness of the fresh linen invite a deep and tranquil rest as the night softly, unhurriedly settles around you, drawing you deeper into its gentle, peaceful embrace. You are nestled deeply within the cool, crisp embrace of your linen sheets, the soft, smooth fabric, a comforting presence against your skin. The alabaster lamp, which earlier cast its gentle glow, has now been extinguished, plunging your sleeping chamber into a profound, velvety darkness. The air, cool and still, carries only the faintest echo of dried lavender, a soothing memory. In this deep quiet, a new delicate sound begins to emerge from beyond the thick walls. The soft, persistent chirping of crickets, carried on the gentle currents of the night breeze. This subtle symphony of the natural world slowly makes itself known, a lullaby from the expansive gardens you have spent the day envisioning and perfecting. You turn slightly, adjusting the plump pillow beneath your head, feeling the cool, smooth linen shift with a delicate rustle. Your body settles deeper into the yielding mattress, finding its perfect contour. The cricket song is a distant, rhythmic chorus, a steady, unhurried pulse that fills the quiet spaces between your thoughts. It is not a loud sound, but rather a persistent, almost hypnotic cadence, a series of tiny, distinct chirp, chirp, dash chirp that seem to rise and fall with an invisible rhythm. You focus on a single, closer cricket, then allow your attention to widen, encompassing the multitude of voices, each contributing to the calming, repetitive melody. The sound seems to come from the very heart of the garden, from the tall grasses and the shaded nooks you know so well. It is a sound of peace, of the natural world settling into its nocturnal rhythm, undisturbed and constant. A faint, almost imperceptible breath of air stirs through the open, high-set window, a delicate caress against your cheek. It is the night breeze, cool and soft, carrying with it the subtle, earthy scent of damp soil from the newly planted beds, and a faint, sweet whisper of night-blooming jasmine from the lower terraces. This gentle breeze seems to amplify the cricket song for a fleeting moment, then softens it again, a natural ebb and flow. You hear the slightest rustle of leaves from a distant cypress tree, a soft, dry song that blends seamlessly with the cricket chorus. From even further away, a muted, almost imperceptible plink of water from one of the garden's tiered fountains drifts on the air, a familiar, comforting sound that speaks of the unseen flow of life throughout your creation. These are the quiet sounds of the palace at rest, of the world outside your chamber settling into its deep, peaceful slumber. You allow your mind to drift with the rhythmic chirping, letting the repetitive nature of the sound guide your thoughts away from the day's designs and decisions. Each chirp is a gentle anchor, a soft, consistent point of focus that prevents your mind from wandering too far, yet allows it to relax into a state of profound ease. The cool, crisp linen sheets feel like a second skin, a protective cocoon of comfort. The darkness of the chamber is absolute, a soft, velvety blanket that invites deeper introspection, deeper rest. You feel the subtle weight of the covers over you, a comforting pressure that grounds you to the bed. The air, clean and cool, fills your lungs with each slow, even breath, a rhythm that now mirrors the steady pulse of the crickets outside. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated tranquility, a quiet surrender to the soothing sounds of the night. The soft, persistent chirping of the crickets, carried gently on the night breeze, continues its unwavering rhythm. You feel the cool linen against your skin and the profound quiet of your sleeping chamber as the gentle, natural lullaby of the night guides you deeper into a tranquil and unhurried rest, allowing your mind to fully surrender to the deepening peace. The profound quiet of your sleeping chamber, where the crickets sang their nightly lullaby, now gives way to the first soft, pearlescent light of a new day. You step into your quiet design chamber, where the cool, still air carries a faint, dry scent of clay and polished wood, a subtle invitation to creativity. Your soft slippers make almost no sound on the smooth, cool flagstones that pave the chamber floor. Ahead, against a wall of pale, unadorned plaster, a long, polished ebony shelf gleams with a deep, dark luster. Upon it, an array of miniature clay models of garden statuary rests, each one a scaled-down representation of a future masterpiece. The light from the high, arched window catches their subtle forms, highlighting their earthy tones against the deep black of the ebony. You feel the coolness radiating from the stone floor, a grounding sensation beneath your feet. You approach the shelf, your gaze sweeping over the collection. Your fingers reach for a particular model, a slender figure of a water nymph, no taller than your hand. Its clay surface, unglazed and fired to a soft matte finish, feels dry and surprisingly cool to the touch. You turn it gently between your thumb and forefinger, feeling the subtle contours of its miniature form, the delicate drapery of its sculpted gown. The weight is light, yet substantial enough to feel real, a small, dense presence in your palm. A faint, earthy scent of baked clay, subtle and clean, rises as you handle it, a grounding aroma. With unhurried precision, you consider its placement on the polished ebony. You imagine its full-sized counterpart, standing sentinel by a reflecting pool, its form softened by climbing vines, its marble surface gleaming. You gently set the clay nymph down, its base making a soft, almost imperceptible thud against the smooth, dark wood, a sound quickly absorbed by the stillness. You slide it a fraction of an inch to the left, then to the right, seeking the perfect balance within the imagined landscape. The smooth, cool ebony offers no resistance, allowing for fluid, effortless adjustment. The faint scent of the ebony, a dry, woody aroma, rises to meet the clay's scent, a subtle blending of natural elements. Your hand moves to a neighboring model, a miniature depiction of a majestic lion, its sculpted mane intricately detailed. You nudge it gently, feeling its heavier, more solid presence, shifting it slightly to create a harmonious visual flow with the nymph. Each adjustment is a quiet act of contemplation, a silent conversation with the future garden, ensuring a sense of balance and grandeur. You observe how the soft morning light now illuminates the lion's miniature features, creating subtle shadows within its tiny, fierce yet serene expression. The arrangement on the shelf begins to take on a quiet rhythm, a carefully composed symphony of forms and spaces, each element contributing to the overall tranquility. You pause, allowing your gaze to soften, taking in the entire tableau, imagining the play of light and shadow when these forms are rendered in grand, cool marble. You rest your hands on the cool, polished ebony shelf, feeling its smooth, unwavering surface beneath your palms. The clay models, still and silent, await their transformation into monumental works of art, guardians of future tranquility. The profound quiet of the design chamber, broken only by the soft, almost imperceptible settling of a distant floorboard, wraps around you, a deep, comforting embrace. The gentle light of morning, steadily brightening, highlights the subtle textures of the clay and the deep luster of the ebony, inviting a deep, peaceful focus, a quiet absorption into the details of your grand vision. The miniature clay models, perfectly arranged on the polished ebony shelf, absorb the soft, growing light of the morning, the profound quiet of the design chamber, where miniature clay statuary awaited their grand forms, slowly recedes as you turn from the polished ebony shelf. You step into a smaller, sun-dappled antechamber, a space dedicated to the ephemeral beauty of the garden's past. Here, the warm morning light, now a gentle stream, illuminates a low, inlaid wooden box, its surface gleaming with a subtle, aged luster, and from it, a faint, sweet, dry, floral scent begins to emerge. Your soft slippers make no sound on the cool, woven rush matting that covers the stone floor, each step a gentle press into its yielding fibers. The scent of dried petals, subtle yet distinct, grows stronger as you approach the box, mingling with the dry, sweet aroma of the inlaid cedarwood. The box itself is a masterpiece of craftsmanship, Fashioned from polished rosewood, its lid adorned with delicate mother-of-pearl inlay depicting tiny stylized blossoms and scrolling vines. You trace one of these cool, smooth inlays with your fingertip, feeling its raised, polished surface, a subtle friction against your skin. The wood around it feels warm from the sunlight, a gentle contrast. With unhurried grace, you reach for the small, ornate bronze clasp that secures the lid. It is cool beneath your touch, finely wrought with a delicate, almost invisible pattern. A soft, precise click whispers through the quiet room as the clasp releases. You lift the lid slowly, deliberately, the hinges moving with a faint, almost inaudible creak, a sound like an old, contented sigh. As the lid parts, a richer, more concentrated wave of dry, sweet floral perfume rises, enveloping you. It is a complex aroma: faded rose, dried lavender, and a whisper of saffron, all suspended in the dry air, a profound scent that speaks of delicate beauty preserved. Within the box, a treasure of rare, dried flower petals lies in soft, muted layers. Their colors, once vibrant, have softened with time to gentle shades of dusty rose, pale indigo, and warm ochre, each one a memory of a past bloom. You extend your hand, your fingers gently sinking into the delicate, yielding mass. The sensation is incredibly light, almost ethereal, each petal dry and brittle, yet surprisingly resilient. A soft, dry rustle, like the whisper of many tiny, forgotten secrets, accompanies your touch as the petals shift and resettle around your fingers. You feel the papery thinness of each individual petal, their delicate, almost invisible veins still present. The light, now falling directly into the box, illuminates tiny, almost microscopic dust motes, dancing slowly above the petals, catching the sunlight in fleeting glints. You carefully select a single, perfectly preserved petal, perhaps a deep, faded crimson rose. You lift it, holding it delicately between your thumb and forefinger, feeling its weightless presence. Its texture is remarkably fine, almost like ancient silk, dry and cool against your skin. You turn it slowly, observing its intricate, crumpled form, the way its edges curl subtly, a testament to its former life, a silent story of sun and rain. You notice a faint, almost invisible trace of pollen still clinging to its surface, a tiny speck of golden dust, a relic of its vibrant past. You then gently place it back, allowing it to drift softly onto its companions, with a faint, dry, krish-shan sound, a soft settling among the others. The quiet is profound, broken only by the gentle sounds of your own careful movements, a delicate symphony of stillness. You allow your fingers to rest lightly on the delicate, dry petals, feeling their soft, cool presence in the open box. The pervasive, sweet, dry floral scent and the profound quiet of the antechamber invite a deep and tranquil rest as the morning light, steadily brightening, softly, gently, continues its unhurried unfolding. You simply observe the beauty of these preserved moments, allowing your mind to drift peacefully, absorbing the quiet elegance of time. The sweet, dry floral scent of preserved petals and the subtle aroma of cedarwood from the antechamber slowly recede as you step into a cool, hushed inner chamber. Here, the soft, diffused light of late morning filters through a high, narrow window, casting a gentle glow across the polished stone floor. At the center of the room, A low, exquisitely crafted onyx table gleams with a profound, dark luster. Its presence is quiet, yet commanding. You approach the table, your soft slippers making no sound on the cool, smooth marble tiles. The air here is still and cool, carrying a faint, clean, mineral scent that speaks of ancient stone. The onyx table, a vast, seamless slab of polished black, reflects the soft light like a placid pool, its surface a mirror to the quiet room. You extend your hand, your fingertips gently coming to rest on its edge. The sensation is immediate, impossibly smooth, cool, almost liquid beneath your touch, a profound coolness that seems to draw any lingering warmth from your skin. You allow your palm to rest flat, feeling the dense, unwavering solidity of the stone, its ancient, geological presence. Your gaze drifts across the table's surface. The black onyx is not a uniform darkness. Within its depths, subtle, almost invisible veins of soft gray and translucent white meander, like frozen wisps of smoke, adding a delicate natural artistry to its profound sheen. The polishing has rendered these details with exquisite clarity, inviting a close and unhurried observation. You trace one of these faint patterns with your fingertip, feeling no resistance, only the continuous, cool smoothness of the stone. The light, now a little brighter, catches a subtle, almost iridescent glint within the onyx, a fleeting shimmer that hints at hidden depths. On a smaller, raised section of the table, a single, perfectly spherical crystal orb rests on a low bronze stand. Its surface is flawless, reflecting the entire room in miniature, a distorted, quiet world within its polished sphere. You reach out, your fingers gently touching the cool, smooth glass, feeling its delicate weightlessness compared to the dense onyx. You turn the orb slowly, allowing the refracted light to dance across its surface, creating shifting patterns of light and shadow on the table below. The subtle friction of your fingers against the glass is almost imperceptible, a soft, intimate touch. You return your attention to the vast expanse of the onyx table. Its cool, dark surface feels infinitely deep, absorbing the light and the subtle sounds of the room. You lean slightly, resting your forearms on its cool, smooth plane, feeling the profound stillness it emanates. The air feels heavy with this quiet presence, a sense of timelessness that encourages a slowing of thought, a deepening of breath. The faint, distant murmur of the palace, a soft, indistinct hum, is completely absorbed by the thick stone walls of this inner chamber, leaving only the profound quiet of the stone. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the cool, smooth sensation of the onyx beneath your palms to become the sole focus of your awareness, a grounding presence in the quiet. You allow your hands to rest on the cool, smooth surface of the polished onyx table, feeling its dense, unwavering presence, the profound quiet of the chamber, and the deep, dark luster of the stone. Invite a deep and tranquil rest as the morning light, steadily brightening, softly, gently, continues its unhurried unfolding. You simply absorb the quiet elegance of the ancient stone, allowing your mind to drift peacefully, absorbing the quiet elegance of time. The profound coolness of the polished onyx table, a tangible memory beneath your fingertips, slowly recedes as the late afternoon light softens into a gentle, diffused glow. You find yourself drawn to a cushioned alcove within your personal chamber, where a subtle, dry fragrance of dried lavender begins to whisper through the air. You leave the dark, gleaming surface of the onyx, your soft slippers gliding silently across the intricately patterned wool rug that covers the stone floor. The rug's thick pile feels soft and warm beneath your feet, a comforting contrast to the cool marble just beyond. You settle onto a low, wide divan, covered in layers of fine, undyed linen, its natural, creamy hue absorbing the gentle light. The fabric is cool and crisp, yielding gently as you recline, and a faint, sweet scent of beeswax from the polished wood of the divan's frame rises subtly. Tucked between the cushions, almost hidden, are several small, elegantly embroidered sachets. Their fabric, a finely woven pale blue silk, feels delicate and smooth to the touch. You reach out, your fingers closing around one of them, feeling the subtle, dry bulk of the dried lavender buds contained within. The sachet is cool, yet holds a faint absorbed warmth from the room, a gentle presence in your palm. The intricate silver thread embroidery, depicting tiny, stylized sprigs of lavender, feels subtly raised beneath your fingertips, a testament to careful craftsmanship. With unhurried grace, you bring the sachet closer, gently pressing it between your thumb and forefinger. A soft, dry crackle whispers from within as the dried petals and leaves shift and release their stored perfume. The subtle fragrance of dried lavender, clean and deeply calming, rises in a delicate cloud, filling the air immediately around you. It is a pure, unadulterated scent, distinct and soothing, hinting at sun-drenched fields and gentle summer breezes. You inhale slowly, deeply, allowing the soothing aroma to settle in your lungs, feeling a profound sense of peace. You release the sachet, allowing it to rest gently on your chest. Its light weight and the subtle warmth it has absorbed are a calming presence. The lavender scent, now steadily drifting through the air, permeates your personal space, creating a tranquil atmosphere. You close your eyes, allowing the fragrance to transport your mind, letting it soften the edges of any lingering thought. The only sounds are the distant, muted chirping of a lone bird from the outer gardens, and the soft, rhythmic presence of your own quiet breathing. The diffused light, now a softer, more muted gold, paints the room in gentle shadows, deepening the sense of repose. The subtle, comforting fragrance of dried lavender, steadily drifting through your personal space, wraps around you like a soft, invisible blanket. The profound quiet of your chamber and the gentle, pervasive scent invite a deep and tranquil rest as the afternoon light softly, gently, continues its unhurried fading into the evening. The subtle, comforting fragrance of dried lavender, which drifted through your personal chamber, gently recedes as you step from its hushed warmth into the soft, cooling air of the late afternoon garden. Your soft slippers meet a shaded path, meticulously laid with fine, pale gravel, and with your very first step, a delicate, soft crunch whispers upwards, a gentle sound that invites a slower, more deliberate pace. Each tiny stone, smoothed by centuries of river currents, shifts and settles beneath the light pressure of your foot. You feel the subtle give, the slight resistance, and then the satisfying, almost musical crunch as your weight is fully transferred. The gravel is cool, a refreshing contrast to the warmth that still lingers in the air, a cool, granular texture beneath the soft leather of your slippers. This path winds gently beneath a canopy of mature olive trees, their ancient, gnarled branches reaching low, creating a dappled, shifting pattern of light and shadow on the ground. A faint, earthy scent of damp soil, mingled with the dry, slightly bitter aroma of olive leaves, rises with each step, a grounding presence in the quiet. You take another slow, unhurried step, allowing the rhythmic Philly, Naturidesh, crunch to fill the quiet. It is a consistent, almost hypnotic sound, each step a gentle percussion against the earth. Your gaze drifts upwards, following the intricate network of branches and leaves. The late afternoon sunlight, now a soft, diffused gold, filters through the dense foliage, breaking into countless tiny, shimmering specks that dance slowly on the path ahead. You notice how the light catches individual, pale gray gravel stones, making them sparkle for a fleeting moment before they are again swallowed by shadow. The air here is noticeably cooler, a gentle, refreshing breeze stirring the upper leaves with a soft, dry shush. As you continue your slow walk, the path curves subtly, leading you deeper into the shaded embrace of the grove. The crunch of the gravel becomes a steady, comforting rhythm, a gentle accompaniment to the profound quiet of the garden. You observe the low, dark green ferns that line the edge of the path, their fronds delicate and still, lightly dusted with a fine layer of dry earth. Your fingers brush lightly against a single fern frond as you pass, feeling its cool, surprisingly soft texture, a fleeting connection to the verdant life around you. The distant, muted murmur of the main palace, a low, indistinct hum, is almost entirely absorbed by the thick foliage, leaving only the immediate, intimate sounds of your own gentle progress. You pause, allowing the rhythm of your steps to cease, and the last echoes of the gravel crunch to fade into the stillness. The air is perfectly calm, holding the quiet scents of earth and olive. You close your eyes for a moment, simply listening to the profound silence, punctuated only by the soft, almost imperceptible rustle of a distant leaf, stirred by an unseen breath of air. The coolness of the shaded path permeates through your slippers, a steady, grounding sensation. When you open your eyes, the light has softened further, the golden specks on the path now more ethereal, more dreamlike, as the sun dips lower. You take another slow, deliberate step, feeling the familiar, gentle crunch of the gravel beneath your foot. The soft, repetitive sound and the cool, shaded air invite a deep and tranquil rest as the late afternoon quietly, unhurriedly, settles around you, drawing you deeper into its soft, rhythmic embrace. The steady rhythm of your steps, a soothing, repetitive cadence, gently lulls your mind into a state of profound peace. The soft crunch of gravel underfoot, a rhythmic accompaniment to your slow walk along the shaded path, gently recedes as you approach a small hidden stream. Here, the late afternoon light, now a soft diffused gold, filters through the dense canopy of ancient plane trees, casting a gentle shimmer on the clear, flowing water. A cool, refreshing dampness permeates the air, carrying the clean, mineral scent of fresh water and wet stone, a subtle invitation to linger. You pause at the stream's edge, your soft slippers sinking slightly into the damp earth, feeling its cool, yielding softness beneath your feet. The stream, narrow and shallow, gurgles softly over a bed of smooth, river-worn stones. The sound is a constant, gentle murmur, a delicate, rhythmic symphony of flowing water that fills the quiet space, absorbing all other ambient noise. You lean slightly, allowing your hand to rest on a cool, moss-covered boulder that marks the stream's bank, feeling the velvety texture of the moss against your fingertips, a soft, natural cushion. Your gaze settles upon the clear water, translucent and cool as it glides effortlessly over the smooth stones. Each pebble, polished by countless centuries of currents, is visible beneath the surface, its individual shape and subtle coloration revealed by the moving water. Some are pale gray, others a deep, muted brown, and a few boast faint streaks of quartz or mica catching the light in fleeting glints. The water itself, so pure and clean, seems to magnify their beauty, making them appear almost luminous. You watch as a tiny, almost invisible leaf, dislodged from an overhead branch, floats gently downstream, carried by the current, its slow, unhurried journey, a mesmerizing dance. You reach out, your fingers gently dipping into the cool, flowing water. The sensation is immediately refreshing, a soft liquid caress against your skin. You feel the subtle, insistent tug of the current, a gentle pressure that moves around your fingertips. The water is impossibly clean, so clear you can see the intricate patterns on the stream bed beneath. The cool dampness feels invigorating, awakening your senses without demanding attention. You allow your hand to remain submerged for a moment, feeling the constant, gentle flow, the smooth, cool embrace of the water, a profound connection to the natural world. You slowly withdraw your hand, allowing the excess water to drip back into the stream with soft, delicate plinks, barely audible above the constant gurgle. The cool, wet sensation lingers on your fingertips, a refreshing memory. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the rhythmic gurgle of the stream to become the sole focus of your awareness. It is a simple, repetitive sound, yet within its consistency lies a profound sense of calm. Each gurgle, each tiny splash, seems to slow the very passage of time, inviting your mind to settle, to quiet its thoughts. The cool, damp air, the faint scent of wet stone, and the unwavering rhythm of the water combine to create a deeply immersive sensation of peace. You remain, listening to the gentle gurgle of the stream, watching the clear water flow over smooth stones, a continuous, soothing presence. The cool, damp air and the calming rhythm of the water invite a deep and tranquil rest as the late afternoon quietly, unhurriedly, settles around you, drawing you deeper into its soft, rhythmic embrace. The steady movement of the water, a hypnotic dance, gently lulls your mind into a state of profound peace. The gentle gurgle of the stream, a soothing presence that held your attention for a long, unhurried moment, slowly recedes as you lift your gaze from the clear flowing water. Your eyes now fall upon a single, fallen plane tree leaf, resting perfectly still on the smooth, cool flagstones of the path nearby, illuminated by the soft, diffused light of the late afternoon. A faint, dry, earthy scent of decaying leaves, mingled with the clean, mineral aroma of damp stone, drifts gently on the still air, a subtle invitation to quiet observation. You take a slow, deliberate step away from the stream, your soft slippers making almost no sound on the cool, polished flagstones. Each stone feels solid and grounded beneath your feet. You approach the leaf, your gaze fixed upon its intricate form. It is a large leaf, palmate in shape, its edges subtly curled with dryness, its color a muted ochre, softened by hints of faded green and gentle brown. A quiet masterpiece of nature's artistry. The light, now filtering through the dense canopy of the ancient plane trees above, catches its surface, highlighting the subtle undulations and delicate textures. The air here is noticeably cooler, a gentle, refreshing presence after the warmth of the sun-dappled stream. You bend slightly, extending your hand with unhurried grace, your fingers gently reaching for the fallen leaf. Your thumb and forefinger lightly touch its dry surface. The sensation is delicate, incredibly light, almost weightless, yet undeniably present, papery thin and exquisitely brittle. A faint, almost imperceptible crackle whispers upwards as you carefully lift it from the cool flagstone, a sound like dry silk, disturbed by the softest breath. You hold the leaf delicately between your fingertips, turning it slowly, allowing the light to play across its intricate form. The subtle friction of its dry surface against your skin is barely there, a fleeting caress. Your eyes narrow slightly, focusing on the intricate vein patterns that crisscross the leaf's surface. They are a delicate network, a silent, ancient map of life, rendered in raised lines that feel almost like fine parchment under your touch. You trace one of the larger central veins with the very tip of your finger, feeling its subtle prominence, then follow its branching pathways as they divide and subdivide into ever finer, almost invisible capillaries. The light, now diffused and soft, illuminates these delicate structures, making them appear almost translucent, revealing the profound complexity within the humble leaf. You notice how the light catches the tiny, almost microscopic imperfections, the subtle tears along the edges, the minute specks of dry earth clinging to a deeper recess, each one a testament to its journey. You hold the leaf up gently, allowing the soft ambient light to filter through its faded surface. The translucent quality of the dried material enhances the visibility of the veins, making them stand out in stark, elegant relief against the muted colors of the leaf itself. You can almost see the flow of life that once coursed through these channels, nourishing the vibrant green tissue, a silent memory held within the brittle structure. A faint, almost imperceptible rustle of the leaf, caused by the slightest tremor in your hand, whispers in the profound quiet, a delicate, dry sound that seems to deepen the stillness around you. The air remains cool, carrying the subtle, dry scent of the leaf, a quiet, grounding presence. You slowly lower the plane tree leaf, gently returning it to its resting place on the cool, smooth flagstone. It settles with a soft, almost inaudible rejoining the quiet stillness of the path. The intricate vein patterns, a silent testament to nature's artistry and the quiet elegance of time, absorb the soft, fading light. The intricate vein patterns of the fallen plane tree leaf, a delicate study in nature's artistry, slowly recede from your close attention. You are still by the stream, but your gaze now shifts, drawn by a fleeting glint of light, to a tiny iridescent beetle slowly traversing a warm, sun-drenched stone nearby. The late afternoon light, now a softer, more diffused gold, illuminates this minuscule drama, creating a moment of quiet, absorbing focus. You remain still, your soft slippers sinking slightly into the damp earth beside the stream, feeling its cool, yielding softness beneath your feet. The stone where the beetle is performing its slow journey is a flat, pale gray river stone, considerably larger than the others, its surface warmed by hours of direct sunlight. You can almost feel the residual heat radiating upwards from it, a comforting presence. The air here is still and warm, carrying the faint, clean scent of fresh water and wet stone, mingled with the dry, subtle aroma of sun-baked earth. The gentle gurgle of the stream continues its steady, rhythmic murmur, a constant, soothing presence that seems to deepen the stillness around this small, focused observation. Your eyes are drawn to the beetle, no larger than your smallest fingernail. Its hard, chitinous shell is a marvel of nature's design, reflecting the sunlight with a captivating iridescence. As it moves, its colors shift subtly from deep, metallic green to a rich, burnished blue, then to a fleeting hint of coppery red, a tiny, living jewel. You observe its slow, deliberate progress across the warm stone, each minuscule leg moving with painstaking precision, a tiny, rhythmic dance. The subtle friction of its many legs against the smooth, warm stone is completely inaudible, yet you can almost sense the delicate effort involved in its slow traverse. You lean a little closer, careful not to disturb its quiet journey. The stone surface is not entirely smooth. Tiny, almost invisible imperfections, minute grains of sand, and microscopic crevices create a varied terrain for the beetle to navigate. You watch as it pauses, its tiny antennae twitching almost imperceptibly, as if sensing the subtle currents of air or the faint vibrations of the earth. Then, with renewed purpose, it continues its slow, unhurried march, its iridescent shell gleaming like a polished gem under the soft golden light. The stream's gurgle, a constant, low hum, seems to underscore the quiet intensity of this small creature's focused movement. You remain absorbed in this miniature world, your breath slow and even. The beetle's journey, though seemingly without grand purpose, becomes profoundly captivating in its deliberate slowness. You notice a faint, almost imperceptible sheen of moisture on the stone where the beetle has just passed, a momentary trace of its presence before it quickly evaporates in the gentle warmth. The sun, now lower in the sky, casts long, soft shadows from the plane trees, and the light on the stone begins to soften, the beetle's iridescence becoming less sharp, more diffused, a muted shimmer against the cooling gray surface. The quiet hum of distant bees, a soft, almost imperceptible sound from the flowering bushes nearby, blends seamlessly with the gurgle of the stream, adding another layer to the serene soundscape. You allow your gaze to soften, taking in the entire scene. The tiny, iridescent beetle, slowly traversing the warm, sun-drenched stone, a living jewel in a world of quiet grandeur. The gentle gurgle of the stream and the profound stillness of the late afternoon invite a deep and tranquil rest as your mind drifts calmly, unhurriedly, into the deepening peace of the evening. The subtle movements of the beetle, a hypnotic, unhurried rhythm, gently lull your senses into a state of profound ease. The tiny, iridescent beetle slowly traversing the warm, sun-drenched stone by the gurgling stream now fades from your close attention. As evening deepens, you step from the cooling garden into the profound quiet of a private chamber, where the soft, diffused light of a single oil lamp casts long, gentle shadows. Here, a delicate, almost imperceptible breeze begins to stir, creating a soft, rhythmic rustle from the opulent silk draperies that frame the arched windows. Your soft slippers make almost no sound on the cool, polished marble floor as you approach the draperies. The air here is noticeably warmer than the fading garden, still holding the day's gentle heat, yet softened by the subtle movement of air. The draperies, fashioned from the finest Persian silk, hang in heavy, luxurious folds, a deep, muted sapphire blue that absorbs the lamplight, hinting at hidden depths of color. You reach out, your fingers gently brushing the outermost fold. The sensation is immediate, impossibly smooth, cool, and exquisitely soft, almost liquid beneath your touch, a profound, tactile comfort. You feel the dense, yet yielding, weight of the fabric, its inherent coolness, a gentle caress, a faint, almost imperceptible current of air, a delicate breath of the evening breeze, causes these silk draperies to stir. It begins as a barely audible whisper, a soft, dry shoosh, as the fabric gently expands outwards, then slowly, gracefully, settles back into its original folds. You watch, mesmerized by the subtle, unhurried movement. The heavier silk, though thick, moves with an ethereal grace, each fold sliding against its neighbor with a delicate, rustling sound that is both consistent and profoundly calming. The lamplight catches the surface of the silk, revealing a subtle, almost invisible sheen. A fleeting play of light that seems to dance across the fabric's deep blue, transforming it into shades of soft indigo and muted violet. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the soft, rhythmic rustle to become the sole focus of your awareness. It is a repetitive, gentle sound, a constant, soothing presence that fills the quiet chamber, absorbing all other ambient noise. Each shoosh of the silk, as it moves and settles, seems to slow the very passage of time, inviting your mind to settle, to quiet its thoughts. The air, though still, feels soft against your skin, a delicate caress. You can almost feel the individual threads of the silk, fine and smooth, as they brush against each other, creating this delicate auditory texture. The faint, clean scent of the silk itself, a subtle, almost unnoticeable perfume, rises with its movement, a pure, refined aroma. You open your eyes, your gaze softening as you continue to observe the subtle dance of the draperies. The breeze, though faint, is unwavering, ensuring a continuous, gentle movement. You notice how the light, now a steady, warm amber, creates long, elongated shadows that stretch and sway in harmony with the moving silk, painting the chamber walls with fluid, ephemeral patterns. The quiet presence of the moving fabric, its cool, smooth touch, and its soft, rhythmic sound combine to create a deeply immersive sensation of peace. You feel your shoulders relax, your breath deepen, synchronizing with the gentle, unhurried flow of the silk. The world outside this chamber seems to fade, leaving only this tranquil, constant presence. You allow your hand to rest gently on the cool, smooth silk of the drapery, feeling its soft, unwavering texture beneath your fingertips. The subtle, rhythmic rustle of the fabric, stirred by the faint breeze, fills the quiet chamber, inviting a deep and tranquil rest as the night softly, unhurriedly, settles around you, drawing you deeper into its gentle, peaceful embrace. The steady movement of the silk, a hypnotic dance, gently lulls your senses into a state of profound ease. The soft rustle of silk draperies, stirred by the faint breeze in your private chamber, now gently recedes. As evening deepens into night, a new, delicate sound begins to emerge from the deeper recesses of the palace. The gentle, rhythmic clinking of ceramic bowls, carried on the cooling air from a distant kitchen, softly preparing your next meal. You remain settled on the wide, silk-cushioned divan, feeling the smooth, cool fabric against your skin. The oil lamp, still casting its soft, diffused glow, paints the chamber in gentle shadows. Your eyes are closed, but your ears are subtly attuned to the ambient sounds of the palace at rest. The clinking of ceramic bowls is not a sharp, intrusive sound, but a muted, almost musical clink-tresh, a delicate percussion that hints at activity without demanding your full attention. It is a sound of quiet efficiency, of skilled hands moving with practiced grace. You imagine the scene in the distant kitchen: cool, polished stone surfaces, the soft glow of hearth fires, and the quiet, focused movements of the palace cooks. You picture their hands, carefully selecting bowls from a stack, the smooth, cool ceramic making a soft, dry thud sock as it is placed on a wooden counter. Then, perhaps, another bowl being gently nested within it, creating that characteristic clink-clink as their rims meet. The sound is irregular, yet rhythmic, a spontaneous melody that suggests preparation, a quiet anticipation of sustenance. The faint, clean scent of fresh herbs, perhaps mint or parsley, subtly carried on the air, mixes with the dry, earthy aroma of the ceramic, a delicate promise of flavors to come. The sounds are distant, softened by thick walls and winding corridors. You can almost feel the cool, smooth texture of the ceramic bowls in your mind, the subtle friction of their glazed surfaces as they are handled. The clinking is not hurried or frantic. Rather, it is measured, deliberate, a testament to the unhurried pace of life within the palace walls. Each clink seems to echo briefly in the vast, quiet spaces of the palace, then fades, only to be replaced by another, a continuous, soothing presence that fills the profound quiet of your chamber. You discern the subtle variations in the sound, a lighter tink as a smaller bowl is moved, a slightly deeper thunk as a larger one is set down. You shift slightly on the silk cushions, feeling the soft fabric yield beneath you, its coolness a comforting presence. The rhythmic clinking from the distant kitchen continues, a gentle, hypnotic pulse that seems to slow your breathing, deepening your sense of calm. You are not required to participate, only to observe, to listen to this quiet symphony of preparation. The oil lamp's flame, steady and low, casts soft, dancing shadows on the intricate patterns of the silk wall hangings, their muted colors seeming to absorb the light, drawing you deeper into the tranquil atmosphere. The subtle coolness of the evening air, now a gentle caress, drifts through the open windows, carrying the faint, distant scent of night-blooming jasmine, a delicate counterpoint to the earthy ceramic. The gentle, rhythmic clinking of ceramic bowls, a distant, soothing sound from the depths of the palace, continues its soft, hypnotic cadence. You feel the yielding softness of the silk cushions and the profound quiet of your chamber, as the subtle sounds of preparation gently guide you deeper into a tranquil and unhurried rest, allowing your mind to fully surrender to the deepening peace of the night. The gentle clinking of ceramic bowls from the distant kitchen, a fading memory as the night deepens, gives way to a profound sense of quiet within your private chamber. The oil lamp casts its soft, steady glow, painting the room in deep, tranquil shadows. You find yourself settled comfortably, and over your lap, a finely woven wool blanket has been gently draped, its comforting weight a soft embrace against the cooling air. You shift slightly, adjusting your position on the soft, silk-cushioned divan. The wool blanket, a rich, muted shade of saffron, lies across your thighs and lower body. You reach out, your fingers gently touching its surface. The sensation is immediate, soft, yielding, and subtly textured, yet with a reassuring density. You feel the fine, individual fibers of the wool, a delicate fuzziness that is both comforting and grounding. The blanket feels warm, having absorbed the gentle heat of the room, a delightful contrast to the cooling evening air that might drift in from the open windows. The faint, clean scent of lanolin, subtle and natural, rises from the wool, a pure, earthy aroma, that speaks of warmth and comfort. You allow your hands to rest on the blanket, feeling its comforting weight settle over your lap. It is not a heavy weight, but a substantial one, a gentle pressure that grounds you, inviting a deeper sense of relaxation. You spread your fingers, feeling the way the soft wool yields and conforms to the contours of your hands, a subtle resistance that is profoundly soothing. The blanket's weave is intricate, a tight, even pattern of threads, a testament to the skill of the weaver. In the soft lamplight, you can discern the minute variations in color, the subtle shifts in the saffron hue, from deeper gold to lighter amber, creating a gentle, visual texture. You close your eyes for a moment, focusing entirely on the tactile sensation of the blanket. The warmth spreads slowly, subtly from your lap upwards, a gentle, pervasive heat that soothes your muscles and calms your mind. The soft texture of the wool against your fine linen robe creates a delicate friction, a quiet, almost imperceptible shush as you shift even slightly. The only sounds in the chamber are the soft rhythmic presence of your own quiet breathing and the occasional, almost inaudible flicker of the oil lamp's flame. The profound quiet of the room and the enveloping warmth of the blanket create a deep sense of security and peace. You open your eyes, your gaze softening as you observe the way the lamplight interacts with the blanket's surface. The saffron wool seems to absorb the light, creating a deep, rich glow that is both warm and inviting. The shadows cast by the folds of the blanket are soft and diffused, adding to the tranquil atmosphere. You imagine the sheep from which this wool was shorn, grazing peacefully on sun-drenched hillsides, a silent connection to the natural world. The simple, enduring quality of the wool, a material that has provided comfort for centuries, speaks of a timeless, unhurried pace of life. A quiet attendant, moving silently in the periphery, approaches to subtly adjust a nearby brazier, its faint, clean scent of charcoal adding another layer to the comforting warmth, then retreats, leaving you undisturbed. You allow your hands to rest on the comforting weight of the finely woven wool blanket, feeling its soft, pervasive warmth. The profound quiet of your chamber and the gentle, grounding presence of the wool invite a deep and tranquil rest as the night softly, unhurriedly, settles around you, drawing you deeper into its gentle, peaceful embrace. The steady warmth and soft texture of the blanket, a hypnotic comfort, gently lull your senses into a state of profound ease. The comforting weight of the finely woven wool blanket, a soft embrace against the cooling air, now feels like a familiar presence. You are settled deeply on the silk-cushioned divan in your private chamber, bathed in the soft, steady glow of the oil lamp. Your arm rests casually along the cool, smooth surface of a polished cedarwood armrest, its subtle texture a grounding presence in the profound quiet. You shift slightly, allowing your body to settle deeper into the yielding silk. Your hand, draped over the armrest, feels the exquisite smoothness of the polished cedarwood. It is cool beneath your palm, a refreshing contrast to the warmth of the wool blanket on your lap. You sense the fine, almost imperceptible grain of the wood, its surface honed to a perfect, soft sheen by countless hours of careful polishing. The cedarwood, a deep, rich, reddish brown, absorbs the lamplight, revealing subtle variations in its natural patterns, like distant, swirling clouds. A faint, dry, sweet scent of cedar, released by the warmth of the room, rises subtly, a comforting aroma that speaks of ancient forests and enduring strength. You allow your fingers to splay slightly, feeling the broad, flat expanse of the armrest. The wood is solid, unwavering, a firm anchor for your hand. You trace the smooth, rounded edge of the armrest with your thumb, feeling the gentle curve as it transitions from the flat top to the carved side. The subtle friction of your skin against the polished wood is barely there, a fleeting caress that is profoundly soothing. You can almost feel the individual growth rings of the tree, now smooth and silent beneath the surface, a testament to its long, patient life. The profound quiet of the chamber is broken only by the soft, rhythmic presence of your own quiet breathing, and the occasional, almost inaudible flicker of the oil lamp's flame. You close your eyes for a moment, focusing entirely on the tactile sensation of the cedarwood. The coolness spreads from your palm and fingers, a gentle, pervasive refreshment that calms your senses. The subtle scent of the cedar fills your awareness, a clean, woody aroma that grounds your thoughts, inviting them to slow and settle. You imagine the tree from which this wood was taken, standing tall and strong, its branches swaying gently in the ancient breezes, a silent guardian of the earth. The enduring quality of the wood, its natural beauty and strength, fills you with a sense of quiet appreciation, a connection to the timeless rhythms of nature. You open your eyes, your gaze softening as you observe the way the lamplight plays across the polished surface of the armrest. The cedarwood seems to glow from within, reflecting the soft light with a deep, liquid sheen. The shadows cast by your hand are soft and diffused, adding to the tranquil atmosphere. You notice a tiny, almost invisible knot in the wood grain, a subtle imperfection that only enhances its natural beauty, a small, quiet story etched into the surface. The cool, smooth surface of the cedarwood feels infinitely deep, absorbing the light and the subtle sounds of the room, drawing you deeper into its tranquil embrace. The consistent feel of the smooth wood and its subtle, sweet scent are profoundly calming. You allow your hand to rest gently on the cool, smooth surface of the polished cedarwood armrest, feeling its deep, unwavering presence. The profound quiet of your chamber and the gentle, grounding touch of the wood invite a deep and tranquil rest as the night softly, unhurriedly settles around you, drawing you deeper into its gentle, peaceful embrace. The steady coolness and soft texture of the cedarwood, a hypnotic comfort, gently lull your senses into a state of profound ease. The cool, smooth surface of the polished cedarwood armrest, a grounding presence in the soft lamplight, now recedes into the profound stillness of your chamber. The single oil lamp which provided its gentle glow has been carefully extinguished, plunging the space into a deep, velvety darkness. Only a solitary beeswax candle, placed on a low, small table beside your divan, now offers its soft, unwavering light. You watch the slow, deliberate dance of its single flame, a mesmerizing point of warmth and quiet within the encompassing night. You are settled deeply on the silk-cushioned divan, the fine wool blanket still draped comfortably over your lap. The air, cool and still, carries only the faintest, sweet scent of beeswax from the burning candle, a clean, subtle aroma that promises tranquility. Your gaze is fixed upon the small flame, a delicate teardrop of light, vibrant in its isolation. At its base, a tiny, almost invisible flicker of deep blue dances, transitioning upwards through a soft, luminous yellow, culminating in a slender, orange tip that seems to reach ever so slightly towards the ceiling. The flame itself is remarkably steady, Yet it possesses a subtle, almost imperceptible sway, a gentle, rhythmic pulse that is profoundly captivating. You observe the wax column beneath the flame, a pristine, pale yellow, slowly diminishing as it is consumed. A small, perfectly circular pool of molten wax, clear and shimmering like liquid amber, gathers at the base of the wick, reflecting the tiny flame in miniature. The wick itself, a slender dark thread, glows with a soft, persistent orange at its very tip, silently drawing nourishment from the melting wax. There is no sound from the flame, only the quiet, rhythmic presence of your own slow breathing, and the profound stillness of the room. A faint, almost imperceptible warmth radiates from the candle, a delicate caress against your skin, a gentle counterpoint to the cool air. The subtle light from the single candle casts long, ethereal shadows across the chamber walls. The intricate patterns of the silk wall hangings, usually vibrant, are now softened into muted, shifting forms, their details blurred by the low light. You watch as the shadows dance and sway in harmony with the gentle flicker of the flame, expanding and contracting with unhurried grace, painting the room with fluid, ephemeral patterns. The polished marble floor, visible in the dim light, reflects a soft, diffused glow from the candle, a faint, golden sheen that barely penetrates the deep darkness. The light is just enough to suggest the contours of the room without revealing any sharp edges, inviting the mind to simply rest in the soft, visual ambiguity. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the image of the dancing flame to imprint itself on your inner vision. The steady, repetitive movement, though subtle, holds a hypnotic quality, gently guiding your thoughts away from the day's concerns. The profound quiet of the chamber, broken only by the soft, rhythmic presence of your own breath, deepens this sense of serene contemplation. You feel the yielding softness of the silk cushions beneath you, and the comforting weight of the wool blanket over your lap, a gentle cocoon of warmth and stillness. The faint, sweet scent of beeswax, warm and pure, fills your lungs with each slow, even breath, a grounding aroma that calms your entire being. You open your eyes again, your gaze returning to the single steady flame, its slow, deliberate dance continuing without interruption. The profound quiet of your darkened chamber and the mesmerizing, unhurried rhythm of the candle flame invite a deep and tranquil rest as the night softly, unhurriedly settles around you, drawing you deeper into its gentle, peaceful embrace. The consistent glow and subtle movements of the flame, a hypnotic comfort, gently lull your senses into a state of profound ease. The slow, deliberate dance of the single candle flame which held your gaze with such quiet intensity now gently flickers, its light shrinking to a tiny ember before disappearing entirely. A profound, velvety darkness envelops your chamber, deeper than before, leaving only the memory of warmth and a faint, sweet scent of beeswax. In this deep quiet, your eyes slowly adjust, drawn towards the open archway, a silent, elegant frame to the vast, encompassing expanse beyond. You are settled deeply on the silk-cushioned divan, the finely woven wool blanket still a comforting weight across your lap. The air within the chamber, though cool, feels still and hushed. Through the graceful curve of the open archway, the night sky reveals itself, a deep, fathomless velvet, so dark it seems to absorb all light, yet simultaneously holds an infinite depth. It is a profound, inky black, hinting at boundless space. You feel the cool night air, clean and crisp, drift gently inwards. A soft, refreshing breath against your skin, carrying with it the subtle, earthy aroma of the sleeping garden, and a faint, distant whisper of night-blooming jasmine. Your gaze softens, allowing your eyes to wander across the immense, dark canvas of the sky. A scattering of distant stars, like tiny polished diamonds, glimmers faintly, their light ancient and unwavering. They are not numerous, but each one is distinct, a pinprick of pure, cold light against the deep black. You observe their subtle, almost imperceptible twinkling, a slow, gentle dance in the vast silence. Between the stars, the deep velvet seems to stretch on forever, an endless, tranquil void that invites a profound sense of quiet contemplation. The absence of any other light source, save for the distant, faint glimmers of the stars, allows the true depth of the night to reveal itself. You remain perfectly still, your breath slow and even, allowing the vastness of the night sky to wash over you. The cool air that drifts through the archway is a constant, gentle caress, a refreshing presence that sharpens your senses. You hear the soft, distant chirping of crickets, a familiar, rhythmic chorus from the outer gardens, now sounding even more muted, more ethereal, against the profound quiet of the deep night. From even further away, a faint, almost imperceptible Haskell whispers from the leaves of the tall cypress trees, stirred by an unseen gentle breeze, a delicate counterpoint to the steady hum of the crickets. These are the quiet sounds of the world at rest, a natural lullaby that deepens the sense of peace. You close your eyes for a long moment, allowing the image of the deep velvet sky and the distant, shimmering stars to imprint itself on your inner vision. The profound quiet, the cool, clean air, and the gentle, rhythmic sounds of the night combine to create a deeply immersive sensation of peace. You feel the yielding softness of the silk cushions beneath you, and the comforting weight of the wool blanket over your lap, a gentle cocoon of warmth and stillness. The subtle scent of the sleeping garden, carried on the cool night air, fills your lungs with each slow, even breath, a grounding aroma that calms your entire being, drawing you deeper into the quiet embrace of the vast, unhurried night. You allow your gaze to soften once more, observing the deep velvet of the night sky through the open archway. The distant, shimmering stars and the profound quiet of your chamber invite a deep and tranquil rest as the night softly, unhurriedly settles around you, drawing you deeper into its gentle, peaceful embrace. The vast, unmoving expanse of the night sky, a hypnotic comfort, gently lulls your senses into a state of profound ease. The deep velvet of the night sky, with its distant, shimmering stars, has now faded entirely from your awareness. You are nestled profoundly within the soft, yielding embrace of your divan, the fine wool blanket a comforting weight across your lap, as the profound stillness of your chamber settles around you. In this absolute quiet, your attention turns inward, drawn to the gentle, rhythmic ebb and flow of your own breath, a quiet, constant presence within the deep night. You are perfectly still, enveloped in the soft, cool air of the chamber. The silk cushions beneath you yield subtly, cradling your form with a delicate, continuous softness. The finely woven wool blanket, a muted saffron, rests with its familiar, grounding weight upon your legs and torso. You feel the fine fibers of the wool, a soft texture against your fine linen robe, a gentle warmth that permeates the fabric. The pervasive quiet is so deep that the faintest, almost imperceptible sounds from within the palace, perhaps the settling of ancient timbers, are completely absorbed, leaving only a profound, enveloping silence. This stillness allows for an exquisite focus on the most intimate of sensations. Your attention drifts to the subtle movement within your own body. You feel the gentle rise of your chest, a slow, deliberate expansion as cool, clean air is drawn inwards. This is followed by an equally unhurried, soft fall, a quiet release as the air is exhaled. The rhythm is consistent, unwavering, a natural, ancient pulse that has guided you through countless days and nights. You sense the delicate stretch of your ribs, the soft expansion of your abdomen, each movement fluid and effortless. The silk against your skin and the wool against your robe shift almost imperceptibly with each breath, a subtle internal shush-shush-shush that is felt more than heard. You focus on the sensation of the air itself. As you inhale, you feel the cool, refreshing air gently enter your nostrils, a subtle coolness that traces a path inwards. Then, as you exhale, the air leaves your body, slightly warmer, a soft, almost imperceptible warmth against the delicate skin just beneath your nose. This exchange is quiet, continuous, a gentle, vital dance that requires no conscious effort. The sound of your own breath is barely a whisper, a soft, steady whoosh that is profoundly calming in its repetition. It is the most intimate of melodies, a constant rhythm in the vast, encompassing quiet of the night. The subtle pressure of the wool blanket on your legs and the soft support of the silk cushions feel entirely integrated with this internal rhythm. Each inhale seems to deepen the sense of being settled. Each exhale a gentle release, a soft surrender to the profound comfort of your surroundings. You feel the soft fabric of your robe against your skin, its smooth linen, a delicate barrier, enhancing the sensation of the air as it moves. The cool, still air of the chamber, infused with the faint, sweet scent of lingering beeswax from the extinguished candle, surrounds you like a soft, invisible cocoon, deepening the sense of peace. You simply observe, allowing the natural rhythm to guide your awareness. You remain perfectly still, feeling the gentle, rhythmic ebb and flow of your own breath, a quiet, constant presence in the profound stillness of your chamber. The yielding softness of the silk cushions and the comforting weight of the wool blanket invite a deep and tranquil rest as your mind drifts calmly, unhurriedly, into the deepening peace of the night. The gentle, rhythmic ebb and flow of your own breath, a quiet, constant presence in the profound stillness, now deepens, becoming a seamless part of the deep, encompassing quiet of your chamber. You are nestled entirely within the yielding softness of the silk-cushioned divan, the fine wool blanket, a comforting, familiar weight across your lap, as the night outside holds its breath, allowing you to drift into a state of perfect, unburdened tranquility within this opulent world you have helped to shape. You are perfectly still, enveloped in the soft, cool air of the chamber. The silk cushions beneath you yield subtly, cradling your form with a delicate, continuous softness that feels utterly encompassing. The finely woven wool blanket, a muted saffron, rests with its familiar grounding weight upon your legs and torso, its warmth now an intrinsic part of your own body's comfort. You feel the fine individual fibers of the wool, a soft, almost imperceptible texture against your fine linen robe, a gentle, pervasive warmth that permeates the fabric, soothing every muscle. The profound quiet is so deep that the faintest, almost imperceptible sounds from within the palace, perhaps the settling of ancient timbers far away, are completely absorbed, leaving only a vast, enveloping silence. This exquisite stillness allows for an intimate focus on the most internal of sensations, blurring the edges of awareness. Your attention drifts, no longer actively focused, but gently receptive to the subtle movement within your own body. You feel the slow, effortless rise of your chest, a gentle expansion as cool, clean air is drawn inwards, a delicate caress within your nostrils. This is followed by an equally unhurried, soft fall, a quiet, complete release as the air is exhaled, a subtle warmth against your lips. The rhythm is consistent, unwavering, a natural, ancient pulse that has guided you through countless days and nights without conscious thought. You sense the delicate, internal stretch of your ribs, the soft, almost imperceptible expansion and contraction of your abdomen, each movement fluid and effortless, a continuous, quiet dance. The silk against your skin and the wool against your robe shift almost imperceptibly with each breath, a subtle, internal shoosh that is felt more than heard, a private, intimate symphony of comfort. You allow your mind to soften further, releasing any last vestiges of thought or concern. The subtle pressure of the wool blanket on your legs and the soft, deep support of the silk cushions feel entirely integrated with this internal rhythm, an extension of your own peaceful being. Each inhale seems to deepen the sense of being utterly settled. Each exhale, a gentle, complete release, a soft surrender to the profound comfort of your surroundings. You feel the smooth fabric of your robe against your skin, its cool linen, a delicate barrier that enhances the sensation of the air as it moves. A soft, almost imperceptible friction. The cool, still air of the chamber, infused with the faint, sweet scent of lingering beeswax from the extinguished candle, surrounds you like a soft, invisible cocoon, deepening the sense of peace into an absolute, unmoving calm. You simply observe, allowing the natural rhythm to guide your awareness, further and further away from the waking world. The deep velvet darkness of the chamber now feels like a warm, soft embrace, a protective shroud that holds you securely. The distant, faint chirping of crickets, once a distinct sound, now dissolves into the vast silence, becoming part of the profound quiet that surrounds you. A gentle hum at the very edge of perception. You are drifting, effortlessly, unburdened by any thought or sensation, suspended in a state of perfect, unmoving tranquility.